Hi, Rhianna Patrick with a Triple J News Update. The Democrats are paying tribute to former party leader Junee Haynes, who died on the weekend aged 59. Ms Haynes became the first woman to head an Australian political party in 1986 and led the Democrats during one of their strongest periods.
Junee Haynes will be very sadly missed in Australian political history as the first female leader of an Australian political party and arguably our most successful. She was, I think, a great role model for women and a great parliamentarian.
That was what Deputy Leader of the Democrats Lynn Allison had to say to AM about Ms Haynes' contribution to the party. Bail will be sought today for Perth yachtsman Chris Packer, who's being detained in Bali for alleged gun running. Mr Packer's been detained since Friday after police found weapons and ammunition aboard his converted freighter. Packer family friend Paul Downey says the 52-year-old is being well treated by Indonesian authorities.
He's presently being detained at the Benoa Harbour Police Station. He's working with a legal team. He's got very good legal representation, and the legal team are working closely with the Indonesian authorities and the police to try to work through the details of what this issue actually is.
Queensland Police say they've been inundated with calls about missing Sunshine Coast teenager Daniel Morecambe after sketches of a man wanted for questioning were aired on television last night. Detectives have 3 sketches of a man they believe was seen standing near the 13-year-old just before he disappeared from a bus stop in December last year. The Palestinian Prime Minister Ahmed Kureya has met the US envoy to the Middle East, William Burns, in Ramallah in the first visit for over a year to the Palestinian territories by a senior American official. Palestinian officials say they'll be asking for help from the United States in securing the withdrawal of Israeli troops from areas in the West Bank ahead of elections planned for January. 21 APEC leaders in Santiago have been officially photographed in Chilean ponchos known as chamanto. The leaders will hold their final summit retreat today, and the Prime Minister, John Howard, will be involved in meetings with the leaders of China and Malaysia. Meanwhile, the US President George W. Bush stepped into the middle of a confrontation outside an official APEC function, pulling his lead Secret Service agent away from Chilean security officials who barred the agent's entry. To sport, and Leighton Hewitt will be aiming for his 3rd Tennis Masters Cup title in 4 years when he plays Roger Federer in the final in Houston later this morning. Hewitt must end a 5-match losing streak against Federer, which included a loss in the round-robin stage of the Masters Cup. And Birmingham and Blackburn have played a 3-3 draw in this morning's English Premier League soccer game. Triple J.
Home is where to hide.
Hello, Australia.
Got any good tunes on the way?
Caucus.
Yeah, good.
Well, there's a lot of love in the room this evening, let me tell you.
Can I tell you, I feel the common love of the people of Australia.
You guys listen to Triple J, and I wish you a great day and rock.
Turn into a bat and make the battery pop. Sucking on a soda pop of lemon and gin. Given to you by a soothing creature of sin. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't want to be alone in the night, in the night. I don't want to be alone in the night, in the night.
Watch out, man, it's the cops. On Triple J. At 6 minutes past 6, off their stomp on Tripwire CD, Dirty Little Rebel, and it goes out to that dirty little rebel of the airwaves, Justin Hamilton, for the 5th last time. Adam and Will say, good morning, Australia. It's our last week ever on air doing Triple J Breakfast together, and Justin Hamilton's just signed out after a couple of years of 5 hours of labour.
Oh, and my God, I was listening to the show last night, and the sound of somebody stealing stuff from the ABC.
Oh, yeah.
He was just playing long tracks
Wasn't
and
he?
just shipping photocopiers out of that building.
Wasn't he? I came into this morning. We're playing this morning's shift off the only 8 CDs left in the library.
Seriously,
Justin just backed up the truck.
He'd hired a U-Haul.
Yeah.
And had a little trailer, and he was just loading shit in. He actually, like, the weird thing is, now when you go around to Justin's house,
yes,
he's got the set from Bananas in Pyjamas.
Really?
Just in his living room.
Are you serious?
Yeah, exactly. He's had a ball.
Yeah, good on him.
He just fleeced the place.
Absolutely.
Good on you, J-Man.
Yeah, well, they didn't pay me.
You deserve it.
Didn't pay him anything for the overnight gigs.
No, exactly.
He's only got a 2-bedroom flat, but he's got Kerry O'Brien in his kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
Just cooking stuff up.
Oh, he's got Nigella.
Really?
Yeah, which is weird because she's actually based in England.
Yeah.
So he's done excellently to steal her.
Hasn't he?
Yeah.
Hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's got Nigella around the house. He's got Peter Cundall.
Oh, really?
Just out on it.
In the garden.
Well, Justin doesn't even have a garden.
Really?
He just has like one of those
He lives in a flat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a little balcony with some plants on it.
He's got Peter Cundall looking after that.
Cundall's out in the balcony with
full
the plants.
time.
Yeah,
Really?
Yep. 4 plants. There's 4 pot plants.
Bloody hell.
Cundall is full-time on the job.
On the rare occasions that Justin Hamilton goes and does anything like athletic or exercise,
yep,
he's got Peter Wilkins. Comes round and just tells all Justin's mates about it. Gives a full sports rap about what the J-Ham's been up to.
Well, it's funny because Justin in the morning now doesn't have to come down and read the papers.
Why not?
Because, he's got David Marr.
Yeah.
From,
Now that he's left Media Watch.
Yeah, exactly. David Marr just sits down, goes through all the papers.
Right.
And then just compiles the best of and reads them to Justin.
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah. He's done really well for himself, Juzzy.
And if Justin does anything that ever offends anyone in his social, if he's rude to someone at dinner or something, he finds out the next day because Indira Naidu comes round and gives him a bit of back chat. Goes, look, I've had a letter, Justin, from Sarah. She was at a nightclub on the weekend, and she says, you danced a bit provocatively. And then Indira puts on a fake voice.
And then
hello,
I'm Sarah, and I do you dance provocatively. The funny thing was when Justin goes out to dance,
yes,
he has Paul McDermott to host the whole thing.
Really?
Exactly.
Really? It's 6:08.
Worked out really well for him.
Here's Gomez. Get myself arrested. Just give us a call. 1-800-055536. 1-800-055536. If you work somewhere where there's something nice you wouldn't mind nicking from work.
Oh, if it was your last day, what do you got your eyes on?
Exactly.
At your job?
What's something at your place that'd be really worth nicking from work? 1-800-055536. 1-800-055536. It's 6:09 on the J's with Adam and Will. Good morning.
The same shoes as everyone. I got the same blues as everyone. So try and call me. I'm a mobile man. Yes, I am. Friends in my BMW trying to get themselves arrested. Woo! I suck the same lines as anyone. I do the same time as anyone. Don't try to call me. I'm immortal. Yes, I am. Got a haircut, got a silver tooth. Gonna get myself arrested. Got some friends in my BMW trying to get themselves arrested. He only grows for guys he knows and me. He only grows for guys he knows and me. Well, alright. Don't try and call me. I'm your mobile man. Don't try and call me. I'm your mobile man. Yes, I am. Got a haircut, got a silver tooth. Gonna get myself arrested. Got some friends in my BMW trying to get themselves arrested. Got no time for the selfish me and yous. Trying to get myself arrested.
Current affairs, Triple J style.
I got something in the mail from John Howard during the election that said the first 7 things we will do if re-elected. Let's have a word to Peter McGorran. He's the Deputy Leader of the House, and I just wanted to run through a few and make sure you got them done today.
Hey, come on, Steve. We're going to do all this. They're with the drafts, and this is our first day.
But I'm just going on what I got in the mail. It says here the first 7 things we will do if re-elected, not draft, do.
Yeah, we're doing it. We've allocated the money.
Hat with Steve Kinane, 5:30 weeknights on Triple J.
Oh, he's intrepid, isn't he? It's like Triple J's Naomi Robson.
He doesn't let him off the hook.
No, exactly.
Although I don't think he does enough for mine. Like, if he's going to be Triple J's Naomi Robson, he's got to do a little bit more when they come back from stories on Hack.
Yep.
Say, someone else has gone off and done a story.
Yeah.
You know, Kyla's gone off and done a story,
Sure.
right? Kyla's story's reported. He's played the story.
Yep.
At the end, he's got to come back and go, interesting.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Makes you think, doesn't it? Doesn't do anywhere near enough of that for mine.
No, well, have a word.
Come on, Kinane.
14
Bit
past
more.
6.
Good point, well made.
On the Jays. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Makes you wonder.
Episode 30 of the weather. Townsville showers and 32. Brisbane rain today and 25. Newcastle showers and 20. Sydney a few showers and 19. Canberra cloudy with some showers, 18. Hobart a light shower or 2, 15 degrees. Adelaide fine and 23. Perth fine and hot, 36. Darwin storms and 33. Alice Springs fine and 32. Melbourne a light shower or 2, 19. Montreal, where Will met Hollywood superstar, who you might have seen in Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie Jingle All the Way, Sinbad. Windy and 3 today in Montreal.
Yes, because my Montreal, when I took those 2 weeks off during the year.
Yes.
The Montreal doco that we made is on TV tonight at 8:30 on Channel 10. Up against the final episode of Friends.
We were asking people, what would they nick from work if they had the chance? Well, my man Luke's given us a call. What do you got for us, Luke?
Yeah, I actually work for the original evil empire,
Who's
Microsoft.
that? Microsoft.
Oh.
You'd have some amazing hardware and fully gigabyted RAM, log, DVD, floppy, PDF divs, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we've got a fair bit of that. But
Sure.
the only thing worth stealing is my leather swivel chair.
Oh, you got
The only thing worth stealing is your leather chair.
Yeah.
Is it a good leather chair?
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Is
It's
it-
just easily hand-me-down.
Is the leather chair integrated with a full partial diff, DOM, ROM drive integrator?
Well, it goes up and down.
Okay.
like Microsoft things, is it completely redundant after a couple of years and you constantly have to upgrade your leather chair?
Yeah, we get a new one every 3 months.
Yeah.
Right, Is your living room Microsoft compatible? Because if your living room's been designed by Apple, you're rooted.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you very much for your call, Luke.
No worries.
We've got Renee from Hobart on the line. How are you going, Renee?
Good day.
It wouldn't be a Monday morning if Renee from Hobart didn't call in. What are you going to nick from work? Where are you working at the moment?
Well, at the moment I'm doing a course at TAFE, Bar and Gaming, and every time we've got like a test bar, every time we make up a drink, we've got to pour it down the sink.
No.
So I've been nicking all the bottles of alcohol, especially the bottle of Sullivan's Cove whiskey.
All of these 98% full bottles of alcohol that you've just poured a nip out of?
Yep. All the mixed drinks have to go down the sink. We're not allowed, even if we pour a beer, we're not even allowed to drink that.
Is that right?
Yep.
But surely they have to be taste tested to see if they actually, taste right.
No, they go down the sink.
That's what I'm going to do next year. I'm going to be the taste tester at a TAFE bar testing course.
I'll just be the cleaner.
Wouldn't that be good?
Just be the cleaner at TAFE. I'll look after it. I got it covered.
Where's Will this year? Is he lying under an open sink at TAFE? Is he just lying with his mouth under a plug hole at a TAFE?
Is it to say, you say you're doing gaming as well?
Yeah.
So every time, you deal a deck of cards, you have to throw the rest of them out?
Oh, no, when we print out a tote ticket, we have to throw that out.
Are they just all these busted pokey machines that you've just pressed once, you've doubled up, you've lost the gamble? Throw the pokey out. Thanks for your call, Renee.
Thanks.
It is 6 on the Jays. Here's the presets. Girl on the Sea with Adam and Will. Our final ever get to know is Zoe after 6:30. It is 21 past 6 on the Jays. Adam and Will with your packed show, our final Monday show ever. DJ ZJ getting to know his Zoe after 6:30. We'll play another Adam and Will track. Mary from Junee going back in the day for the final time. All sorts of stuff.
George
Negus on the show.
Matty Welsh.
God, George Negus is just going to come on and be bitter.
I'm going to tell you about one of my top 10 things I knocked off on Friday as well.
Knocked off one of bloody hell.
One of the big ones too.
I'm going to stay around.
Well, you're contractually obliged to be here.
I'm hooked.
Yep.
22 past 6 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you.
Hey, I know it's at that time where we're getting to the end of the year, though, yesterday, because I snapped. I probably should apologise. I snapped at someone really out of all proportion to the crime they were committing yesterday.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it's just that thing when you're getting to the end of the year.
Yep.
And your temper's just a little bit shorter than it used to be. Was at the movies yesterday.
I thought you were going to say a 14-year-old kid busking in a mall.
Well, you're not far wrong.
Oh, really?
Yep. Went to the movies yesterday. I went to quite a packed megaplex, and it was in the afternoon. So
what'd you go to see?
I went and saw The Grudge, which is your Sarah Michelle Gellar horror film. Because I'd seen the original Japanese version of that film, which is scary as, and so I thought I want to see what they've done with it.
Sure.
And what they've done is made it shit.
Who would have thought?
I know.
You telling me that Sarah Michelle Gellar's finally starting a dud film?
I know.
Off the back of the Scooby-Doo franchise.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it wasn't as good as that one with the magical lobster.
Sure.
But it was pretty shit.
Yep.
But anyway, it was one of those films that was filled with sort of, I think it was like a 15-plus film.
Yep.
And how the cinema had interpreted that was, let's not let anyone over the age of 15 into the cinema.
Okay.
Let's make sure that everyone there is from the wide age range of about 8 to 12.
Yep.
And there was these two girls sitting next to us who were about 12 or 13.
Sure.
And they were just, really, really annoying.
Yep.
Properly annoying. Just, talking the whole way through about boys texting, doing all that sort of stuff. And you don't want to be like that person who's going, in my day, kids didn't text each other from the boot. So, you're trying to be there's kids.
You're hip.
They're having fun.
You're with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You were young once, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So anyway,
you used to send a carrier pigeon with messages to your friends when you were at the open air cinema, the auditorium.
When you were seeing one of the open air plays.
Exactly.
Back in your day.
When I was watching Virgil's Aeneid being performed for the first time at the Colosseum,
yes,
I used to write clay tablets to my mates.
And tell them how good this young Shakespeare was with the productions he was making.
Exactly.
So I was trying to be cool until these girls took off their shoes and quite clearly had the smelliest feet.
Okay.
In it, proper, that old cheese going off type smelly feet stuff?
Yeah.
So I just leant over and said, hey, would it be okay if you guys just put your shoes back on?
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I did, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right. To which this girl has gone, oh, leave us alone, old man.
Oh!
Leave us alone, old man. And I admit, I probably shouldn't have done it, but it was that natural reaction. When someone takes you by surprise, you just don't necessarily think about what comes out of your mouth.
Sure. What did you do? We'll do it. You be you. Okay. I'll be the 12-year-old girl. I'll play the one with the poor personal hygiene, okay? And I'll just hear texting you, just going, oh, yeah, see you later. God, I think he's such a spunk.
Hey, excuse me, guys. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but could you just put your shoes back on?
Hey, leave us alone, old man.
You're fat and you're never going to have a boyfriend.
You said that.
I said to two 12-year-old girls, you're fat and you're never going to have a boyfriend.
What a nasty old man. They're sitting on their school bus on the way now going, we met the nastiest old man in the cinemas. He sort of looked like that guy who hosts the Glass House on Channel 2, but really old.
It was so mean.
It
just came out of my mouth and then I suddenly just went, oh, I'm a 14-year-old girl.
It's 26 past 6 on the Joes. Ted Leo and the pharmacist, me and Mia.
As I was walking through a life one morning, the sun was out, the air was warm, but I was cold. And though I must have looked a half a person to tell the tale in my own version, it was only then that I felt whole. Do you need a little self-control. Won't anybody here just let you disappear? Now, doctors know your mom and dad, but me and Mia, Ellen and Anna know how hard you try. Don't you see it in my eyes? Sick to death of my dependence, fighting food to find transcendence, fighting to survive. More dead but more alive. Cigarettes and speed for living, sleeping pills to feel forgiven. All that you can try, and all that you're deprived. While the bourgeois social angel telling you you've got to change, don't have any idea they'll never see so clear. But don't forget what it really means to hurt the sight when you don't really need it. Someone dying for a cause, but that don't make it yours. Believe in the nights they could get better.
It is 29 past 6 on the Jays. Ted Leo and the pharmacist, me and Mia. Adam Spencer with you, joined by old man Will Anderson, harasser of pre-teenage girls in cinemas. We got Catherine on the line who's done a bit of the same. How you going, Catherine?
I'm not too bad, yourself?
Good, thanks, mate. Where did you lose it with some youngsters?
Well, they were younger than what Will put up with. They were about maybe 8, 7.
Nice.
And
you got to start early, don't you?
Yeah, and what happened was I was playing soccer, and I was in a bit of a grumpy mood because it was early and it was up at Whoop Whoop, and we had to travel, ages just to get there.
Sure.
And the Whoop Whoop Wanderers are a good team too.
Yeah,
and there was these two brats just walking around going, "Yay, Lily Pilly, boo you blue," and because our uniform's blue.
Oh, that's a personal offence.
And
nasty.
it was. I just thought, look, they're just little kids,
Yeah.
I'll just let it go.
Yep.
And they kept doing it and kept doing it, and it just drove me. And I'd actually looked at them straight in the eye, gave them this big glare, and just told them to shut up. Like, I yelled it at them, and they just gone, oh.
You put them in their place?
Yeah.
Oh, my, and they're like little kids, and I didn't feel guilty at all, but they're just little kids, and you think, ah.
See, but at least you just told him to shut up. You didn't get into personal insult territory like I did. I would have said, shut up, I hope your pony dies.
Yeah, exactly. How long ago did this happen, Catherine?
It was sometime this year.
Oh, right, because I think it was about 4 years ago. It might have been the same two girls that Will harassed in the cinema today. And that could be a very ugly coincidence. Thanks for your call, Catherine.
It's all right.
29-7 on the Jays.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News headlines. Former leader of the Australian Democrats, Junee has died aged 59. An Indonesian legal team representing a Perth yachtsman being detained in Bali for alleged gun running hopes to secure bail for him today. Queensland Police have released sketches of a man who was seen standing near the area where Sunshine Coast teenager Daniel Morecambe disappeared from last December. The outgoing US Secretary of State Colin Powell has arrived in Israel for renewed peace talks after the death of Yasser Arafat. Leaders at the APEC summit in Santiago have been officially photographed in the Chilean poncho. And in sports, South Africa is 7 for 459 after 2 days of the first cricket test against India.
What you obviously meant by that was, when you said South Africa was 7 for 459, what you meant was Australia kicked New Zealand's ass in the test match and Glenn McGrath got a 50. That's what you meant, wasn't it?
Yeah, in a roundabout way.
Which, may I say, Channel 9 didn't broadcast. Good on the dude who wrote a letter to the paper that I saw this moment under the heading, "We missed a magic moment," corralling Channel 9 for crossing to world news when we could have watched Glenn McGrath hit a 50 against the New Zealand pop gun attack on Saturday night. Good on you, Ram Chabra. Ram Chabra is fired up.
Well, let's not ignore it in the Triple J news. That's what I'm saying, Rhianna.
Exactly.
Glenn McGrath, 100 tests, 150.
Yeah.
Where's the news, dude?
Exactly.
I thought I'd go with something a little out there.
Good on the people at APEC, however, for continuing that proud APEC tradition of taking the most influential people in the region and dressing them like knobs.
Seriously.
No offence at all to anyone who likes the traditional Chilean poncho. On traditional Chileans,
it probably looks great.
Looks great.
On John Howard, it looks like
about
he's
as special
at a
as
theme party
those,
at Montezuma's.
It looks about as special as those Indonesian batik shirts he got around in a few years ago.
John Howard looks like he was like he was a bit part player in the Three Amigos.
Exactly. You see John Howard in one of these Chilean ponchos, and you actually think for a second, in that Vodafone Wallabies tracksuit, he doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
It sort of looks all right on him compared to the traditional Chilean poncho.
I had a poncho once.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
No, it was one of those rain ponchos that you buy for sport.
Yeah.
And I bought it when I went to the Rugby World Cup last year because it was a little raining.
Sure.
Thought I'd get it.
For about $2.
Now, for a normal person of, say, a normal size, it is a poncho.
Sure.
For me, it looked like I'd become a member of the KKK walking into this meeting.
Nice.
It was long. It was just...
The Klan's
it was wrong. You can all go, Grand Imperial
I've never really
Wizard
thought
is
about
here.
that, but it does actually look a bit like...
Yeah.
Like... Oh, it's not the best look, is it? Now that you think about it,
And it had my docs on as well.
I presume,
at
Rhianna.
least if it was raining if you were going to a KK function and it was raining, there's a really practical outfit.
And knowing you as we do, Rowdy, you'd only really look like a member of a clan for as long as you kept the hood down.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good morning, you.
And had
admittedly,
gloves on.
Yeah.
Admittedly, the burning crosses are hard to get going in the rain.
It's 26.
So I'm guessing probably most KKK meetings happen in good weather.
26 to 7 on the Jays. Here's Muffin
They
Plutonic.
would have to, wouldn't they? Imagine all the KKK sending out an email. Nah, it looks like it'll be cloudy and rainy on Thursday. Gavin, we're going to have to go on Friday.
You rise early, fall out of bed to get to the 9 to 5. Gotta get paid as store dice, swept in amongst the suit and ties. Big hour traffic moving by, you'll stop, get off and supervise. Prepared with skills to utilise. Friday morning walking, move aside. Use pressure, better be super wise. Who am I? Working class suicide. This is for the blue collars who do the grind. Tread water, scuba dive, honest dollars now, move the line. Accomplished scholars who's to thrive in a mutual divide. In due time, it'll pay off with a new life and a safe box. You'll cruise by in the same socks, you're too polite to your lame boss. Moonlight, tablecloth, not tonight's been a hard slog. Friday night, knock off you the chosen few in a boombox. You work hard just to pay off them loans with your gas bills and your mobile phones. And you keep working till you own your own home. And you won't stop, don't stop, never leave it alone. Make some noise if you love to get paid. Make some noise if you love to get paid. Make some noise if you love to get paid now. Make some noise if you love to get paid. What you gotta do is handle the beers, own your own home with a wife and kids. For a slice of the pie, it's a grind and grit. You can get by over the minor glitch. Without the brick stackers, bread packers, we'd be left lost. Minus the virus hackers, fair practice and a guest spot. With no tractors, janitors, managers or Red Cross. We'd be breathing in a season that's seeing chaos. We line up like soldiers waiting to finally step off. Friday and it's 4:59, about to knock off, clock off. Get home and bust them bloody socks off. I'm ahead this time, it's Barbie and party with some scotch. First on the brink, breaking point. First drink, shake them coins, get rowdy and make some noise. Ladies night or hanging with the boys all week employed. Now it's Friday night, the vibe is to destroy. We humans consuming the decoy. We build houses, save lives, sign contracts. This goes to the hard workers, scrape them scraps. You work hard just to pay off them loans with your gas bills and your mobile phones. And you keep working till you own your own home. And you won't stop, don't stop, never leave it alone. Make some noise if you love to get paid. Make some noise if you love to get paid. Make some noise if you love to get paid now. Make some noise if you love to get paid.
Perfect weekend. Plus no work today. Perfect.
Put in a hard day's work. Put in a hard day's work.
You work hard just to pay off them loans with your gas bills and your mobile phones. And you keep working till you own your own home. And you won't stop, don't stop, never leave it alone. Make some noise if you love to get paid. Make some noise if you love to get paid. Make some noise if you love to get paid now. Make some noise if you love to get paid.
Make some noise if you love to get paid. Muffin Plutonic alienating the volunteer community in this country with that track.
And mutes.
Very controversial. It's
what about mutes who want a regular income?
23.
Mutes should be able to work.
7.
Here's a little story that must be told.
And it goes a little something like this.
Okay, kids, cats, and crazy creatures. It's time to get down, get groovy, and get to know Zoe.
Come on.
Funky, fresh, just to impress, ready to party.
She's funky, fresh, just to impress and ready to party.
Dressed to impress, babe. Dressed to impress.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. Where did you get that
Yeah, let's not talk about what I'm
hybrid cardigan tracksuit top?
I love
it's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's got a touch of like, and in a nice way, someone who's given up on life.
Yeah.
And I think that works for you.
Get out of bed at 5 a.m.
No, I like it. It's got that real. I don't care what other people think.
Yeah.
I know.
And I reckon that's that's a sign of you.
Yeah.
It's like you go.
To get to know Zoe ethos.
Yeah, I have the confidence that people like me for me. That's what that jumper says to me is.
Yeah.
Keeps me warm.
You know what that jumper says? I have a great personality.
Yeah.
People like me for other things than my clothes.
That top says that screams to me, I work in radio.
Yeah, exactly.
This top says, I'm a good friend.
Yep.
And that's why people like me.
Exactly.
That's what it says.
Anyway.
So it's a reflection of your personality.
Yeah.
What else is there to know about you, DJ ZD? Your last chance to impart some gear on the peeps.
I know. I've only got 1 week too of telling people that, that's great, I'll pass it on, or, yeah, we'll play your request. I can't promise anything, but I'll see what we can do. That's a good one.
I wish you'd got to the guy this morning to whom would say, yeah, we'd love to try and find either Eminem's new single or Midnight Oil's Blue Sky Mine.
I've spoken to him 3 times already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello to him.
Yeah, got to go.
So what are your classics? Run the people through. I mean, let's go behind the
Zoe
scenes
speak.
for the people.
Well, a good one is, that's great, but we've got someone saying that already.
Right, which is just if somebody's got something that's not great?
Well, they've tried really hard, and I don't want to say no.
Yeah, I mean, we love everyone who takes part.
Yeah,
in like a
totally.
talkback situation.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I do love that people call, but sometimes, you can only put a certain number of people in there, so you've got to have the letdowns. So there's that one, there's...
That's good, though. That's nice, because you're like...
Yeah.
But does that then, when they're sitting in their car and no one else says the same thing, does that then make them mad?
Well, I hope that maybe they think that, they just ran out of time and there was that last call.
Right, that's good.
Yeah.
I like what you thought there.
So that one, we've got a full board, sorry.
How did they get through then?
Yeah, makes them wonder, how did you answer my call?
How did they possibly get through?
Am I the first of the emergency lines?
Have I called in on some phone that's next to the board?
But they seem to accept it.
All right, good. Sure. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that just and the I'll pass it on. That's that's the perennial favourite.
Of the ones you would say I'll pass it on, just as a statistical guide. Let's
say if you said to 100 callers over the space of a month, I'll pass that on.
What percentage of those?
How many times out of 100 would that be?
Remember that I still got a week of answering phones.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know if I want to admit that none of them. But if you guys, you guys are busy after
0%.
Maybe.
Are you compiling a large list of things you're going to pass on and just say Thursday of this week you're going to come in and go, guys, remember in February you were talking about weird names? Well, Gary phoned in and he said he went to school with a guy called Poo Poo of the Poo Heads.
Maybe I should do that. That would be kind of fun. We could go out to lunch.
And you'll just pass some stuff on.
Yeah. But speaking of reminiscing, so lots of people, have my phone number, like Kamal and stuff.
Sure.
And I got a little call on my voicemail.
Oh, sorry. I love... Lots of people have my phone number. Kamal and stuff.
He does. He calls quite a bit, actually. Anyway, there's a little message that I think you guys might want to hear if you want to
Okay, it's been left on your phone.
Yes.
By Kamal?
No.
We'll find out.
Hi, Adam and Will. It's Steve Oemke here from Wheel of Fortune.
Whoa.
Sad to finally know that you boys will be leaving, and that's it, all over. But I guess more sad than that is the fact that I'm sure Adam will be straight on the phone reapplying to get back on Wheel of Fortune. I was serious about that worldwide ban, mate, for letter counting. That is absolutely true. But, hey, mate, you can sit at home, watch more Wheel on telly, and just enjoy the show. So, boys, sad to hear that you're going, but whatever you're going on to do, all the best. Cheerio.
I've been sledged by Steve Oemke.
Can I have an S for sledge? Thanks,
He's
Steve.
still got it, hasn't he?
Might I say totally unsolicited? And I would have thought that Steve had more stuff to do than give us a call, but it was
Really?
lovely
You
to
think that
hear.
Steve Oemke, who hosts Wheel of Fortune, would have a really chock-full plate?
He has to come up with those questions and the board and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Steve comes up with those.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin it for you, Zoe.
Steve sits at home with a book of phrases going, yeah, I got this one.
Yeah.
It's Bart and Jessica Simpson.
Australia's longest running game show. Okay.
But wouldn't it be nice to hear from some other friends of breakfast that we've had over the years? Rodrigo would be a personal favourite of mine.
The hot rod.
Rodrigo. Where is Rodrigo now?
In the gym, working out.
Yes,
Where's
Scotty.
Valentine's Day Stephanie?
Yeah. She should give us
Where
a
is she?
call. Say goodbye.
Well,
Where's Luanna from Stanthorpe and her controversial thoughts on our Prime Minister? Where is she?
Look, I'm happy to make the last week. I've got no trouble at all with a bit of where are they now? Where have you moved on to?
Exactly.
Give us a call.
Exactly. And we could just put them through. They could
Hit
leave
us
a
on the
little
guest
message.
book, triplej.net.au.
If you've ever been part of the show,
Yep.
if you've ever rated your
Yep.
performance as part of the history of this
Yep.
show,
Yeah.
give us a call. Let us know what's happened.
If you've ever been told off air that Zoe would pass it on and you want to check if the information got through,
Give us a call.
1-800-055536. Is that it, DJ ZJ?
That is it. It's been fun, fellas.
Tick-tock, rocking the clock. Time to rack this one up like a present, because we just got to know Zoe.
We probably should have changed the Charlie Pickering intro after a year of him not working here, but it was nice to keep Charlie part of the show, you know?
Here's Centipede on Triple J. Save your cool soul. It's 16 to 7.
Today's the day I go away in a flash of brilliance. I built it up in my head that way. I lie down, wait for the ripple effect. Can you splash it yet? Are you at that way? I lie down, wait for a scrubbing brush so that you can wash the imperfect away. No one knows the answer yet. I bought my freedom finally in a flash of brilliance. I built it up in my head that way. I lie down, wait for the ripple effect. Can you splash it yet? Are you at that way? I lie down, wait for a scrubbing brush so that you can wash the imperfect away. You could clutch a tangible faith. Me, I know possibility. In a flash of difference, you built it up in your head that way. I lie down, wait for the ripple effect. Can you splash it yet? Are you at that way? I lie down, wait for a scrubbing brush so that you can wash the imperfect away. Can you splash it yet? Can you splash it yet? Can you splash it yet? Can you splash it yet?
Yeah, Centipede on Triple J. Where it is 13 to 7. Episode 29 of The Weather. Whoa. Episode 29, the only prime number in today's weather. Townsville showers and 32. Brisbane rain. I just gave people time to just check that. 27. Yeah, he's right. Brisbane rain today and 25. Newcastle showers and 20. Sydney a few showers and 19. Canberra cloudy and showers 18. Hobart a light shower or 2, 15 degrees. Adelaide fine and 23. Perth fine and hot 36. Darwin storms and 33. Alice Springs fine and 32. Melbourne a light shower or 2, 19 degrees. Montreal, where you can watch hardcore porn on TV after midnight, windy and 3. Catch Will's Montreal documentary when?
8:30 tonight on Channel 10. Up against the final episode of Friends.
There you go. And that's 8:30 on Channel 10, so that means it'll start sometime before midnight.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's any Idol on tonight.
I thought Idol was still going.
Idol's still going.
Yeah.
They're about to decide any minute now who's won Idol.
They're doing Idol cleanup. Ant from Melbourne's on the line. How are you going, Ant?
I'm not too bad, guys. And yourself?
Yeah, very well, thanks. What's your Where Are You Now comment?
Well, a couple of years ago, you guys had a little campaign for the Hot 100 of salmon haters.
Oh, yes.
I'm just wondering, are they still under the hills of Glenelg? Or have they moved out? Are they in the
Salmon
world?
hater news.
Well, I can give you a Salmon Hater update.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw one of the dudes from Salmon Hater on last night on Idol.
Yeah.
On the 8.5 hours of Idol.
Yeah.
The Idol marathon
Yeah.
that they were doing. They were recapping on some of the worst ones. I'm pretty sure I spotted one of the dudes from Salmon Hater. Torv.
Tried out for
Australian Idol.
There you go, Ants. Keeping the dream alive, okay?
Yep.
Thank you very much, mate. We've got Sarah from Richmond on the line. How are you, Sarah?
I'm all right, thanks.
What
How
have you? I'm well, thanks. How have you been involved in the show?
Well, so far this year I have challenged Jules twice.
Oh, Sarah from Are You Smarter Than Duels?
Yes.
And you've beaten him twice, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
What were the 2 topics?
Yeah, there was ancient Egypt and spelling and grammar.
That's right. I remember you and
You're doubly smarter than Duels.
You and Duels were really good friends, weren't you? Did Duels say some really nice things to you on the radio?
Not that I can recall.
No. He really lost it at you, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did.
I think you were probably his most humiliating foe.
Mm.
You know, you really rubbed it in that he was dumb as dog shit.
Yeah, I think he was jealous.
He was. Not once, but twice. Okay, well, thank you very much for your call, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Bye.
And we've got Mary from Sydney on the line. How are you going, Mary? Mary, are you there?
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
I'm not Mary. I'm Naomi.
Hello, Naomi. How are you?
I'm all right.
What's your involvement in the show?
I've been on air for a bunch of random things over the course of the year, but never actually been memorable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I recall that.
Yeah. Well, you know, in every sort of team,
Yeah.
you need your grunt people.
Yep.
You need the people who are there so that the stars can do their job.
Absolutely.
You need a point of comparison so people can go, hey, that was a really good call because that one beforehand was,
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
As people are now saying about Sarah.
Exactly.
The grammar girl who was on before you, Naomi.
I don't know. I think I've been reasonably funny.
Well, I'll let the people be the judge of that, and hopefully Greg's going to be too. How are you, Greg?
Not bad, Adam.
Good to hear. Now, where are you now? What's going on?
Will Anderson, crap football team, carton a beer.
Oh, this is the guy you own the carton of beer to because the Western Bulldogs got done.
By the Swans.
Oh.
I still owe you that beer too.
Yes, you do, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But the guy who bet me that Carlton were going to make the 8 still owes me a slab of beer.
Who was that?
Remember that guy rang up one day?
He did.
And he said that...
Because you were going to pass on his slab to Greg.
That's exactly right. That
It's
was
not
my
Will's
slab.
fault here, Greg.
I tell you what, if I could have got on last Friday for Tell It Like It Is Friday, I wouldn't be very nice.
There's some dude who still owes me a slap.
Yeah.
But he technically owes you a slap.
So there's a cycle.
Greg, it's not my fault.
There's a
Yeah. So I'm the one in the middle that gets boned.
Exactly.
Yeah, good.
Exactly.
I've seen that video.
Yeah, your football team's still crap. Never forget that.
Okay.
All right, Greg, hang on. Hold on the line.
Righto.
I'm going to send you a slab of beer, and also I'm going to send you. We have some special Adam and Will the last time T-shirts.
Wow!
We mostly give them away. Mostly going to sell them at our OB on Friday.
Wow!
But we've got a few that we can give away to other people this week.
There you go,
I'm going
Greg.
to put that on the top, Greg.
As interest.
I'll put it there with my what are the Good Morning Baghdad T-shirts I have.
We'll put you on hold. You've done well.
All
We've
right,
got
Greg.
one last call from Ben. How you going, Ben?
Yeah, not too bad, Adam.
What was your involvement in the show?
A couple of years back, I won What's That, a meeting for breakfast.
Oh, wow!
That's about 1999.
Jeez, it hasn't that game just been missed?
Hasn't
from
Ben
our show,
and hasn't Ben kicked on?
Well, I've actually missed it. I was the second last person to win it.
Yeah.
I never had a chance to, go for the title again.
No, exactly. Well,
Can you have a little bit of a game like tomorrow or something?
Oh no, Ben. We see it's a lot like being the dude who came second in the resort on Channel 10. You know, I mean, you just didn't back a winner.
No, the game show wasn't that popular in the first place.
Have a great day, Ben.
What's Adam eating for breakfast?
7 So, there were times when we ran out of ideas. 7 to 7 on the Jays. Here's Pulse by Front End Loader. It is 4 to 7 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. What the hell? You mentioned we've got these T-shirts we're giving, and the chance to get these Adam and Will, the last ever radio show T-shirts. You can win them during this week. We've got heaps to give away to callers who make fantastic contributions to Talkback, that sort of stuff. You can also grab them at our last ever radio show together, Triple J Breakfast, this Friday. We've already said the Cops are going to be there.
Yep.
Girling's going to be there. Yep. Friends or Rom's going to be there. Superstar guests are going to be there. I'm dropping a bombshell some stage in the last hour of the show. Why don't we go all the whole hog and say where it's going to be? It's going to be at the Manning Bar at Sydney University this Friday morning, which is the first place you were ever on the radio on Triple J. At Sydney Uni several years ago. So Manning Bar there, Sydney Uni from 6 in the morning. You don't have to be a uni student. You don't have to be over 18 to go in. No, it's all ages. We'd suggest get there early because we're going to stack it out with our mates to make us look popular. Yep. So this Friday from 6 a.m, Manning Bar, the University of Sydney, is where we're doing Adam and Will, the last ever radio show. We'll announce more details as we get closer to the date. Here's Franz Ferdinand and Darts a Pleasure on Triple J to get us up to the 7 o'clock news.
your eyes, undress your eyes. Skin can feel my lips, they tingle, tense anticipation. This one is an easy one. Feel the word and melt upon it. Words of love and words so leisured. Words are poison, thoughts of pleasure. Die, and so you die.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with the latest from the Triple J newsroom. A former opposition leader in the Senate, Fred Chaney, has paid tribute to former Australian Democrats leader Junee Haynes, who died over the weekend after a long illness.
I thought she was an effective political operator because she was beholden to neither of the major parties, and I certainly found her a person who was rational to deal with, and I thought she led the Democrats very well.
Ms Haynes became the first woman to head an Australian political party when she was elected Democrats leader in 1986. The Federal Labor Party says it'll use question time next week to continue investigating bribery allegations against the Nationals leader, John Anderson. Labor says Mr Anderson is yet to be cleared over claims he ordered a Tamworth businessman to offer independent MP Tony Windsor an overseas posting if he quit his seat prior to the election. Mr Anderson and the Prime Minister have demanded an apology after the Tamworth businessman said the bribery allegations were false. The head of the World Soccer Federation, FIFA, says national teams would be justified in walking off the field in protest if fans engage in racist abuse.
I would say in such a circumstance that England has been put by the behaviour of the fans, I would have supported their walking off.
That was FIFA President Sepp Blatter, who's shocked by the behaviour of Spanish fans during a friendly match between England and Spain last week. The fans made monkey noises and sang racist chants every time England's two black players got near the ball. Mr Blatter says an investigation is underway and Spain could face a ban from international football. A disagreement between the US and the APEC host nation Chile over security arrangements has forced an official dinner for George W. Bush to be dramatically downsized. 200 guests were to attend the dinner at the Chilean presidential palace in President Bush's honour, but only 20 will after American officials insisted on screening guests with metal detectors. The latest incident comes after President Bush personally intervened in a scuffle yesterday to get his personal security chief inside an APEC event after Chilean guards refused him entry. Meanwhile, the US has been urged to put pressure on Israel to withdraw its troops from areas in the West Bank ahead of Palestinian elections planned for January. The request comes as US Secretary of State Colin Powell arrived in the region for talks with both Israeli and Palestinian leaders in a bid to restart the peace process. Meanwhile, undercover Israeli soldiers have shot dead 3 Palestinian militants in the West Bank city of Ramallah. To sport, and Australia's Libby Lenton was the major winner at the $100,000 International Swimming Skins meet in Sydney. And that's the latest Triple J.
Oh, no!
I want you to be you.
Time to get the hackles up. Shit out. Time for an argument. Time to polarise the nation. I hate it all.
Don't change because you think I might like you to be different.
It was no good. I've had enough. I'm going.
Triple J!
that I did, on the same streets that I did. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it.
Oh, the Killers on Triple J. And Smile Like You Mean It off their Hot Fuss CD. I think a few tracks on that will make it onto your hottest 100 for next year. Adam and Will with your fifth last show ever. Good morning to our 7 a.m. wakers. Pac Middle Hour of the show. Damien Callanan popping on for a bit of a chat about a comedy show he's doing. Andrew Denton for the last time. Mary from Junee takes us back in the day. What's on your mind at 7:07, Sticky Chicken?
Well, I've been bummed out by a bit of television programming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been shafted, Spency. This is what's happened.
What's happened?
Well, tonight, it was in the middle of the year when I took a couple of weeks off to go over to the Montreal Comedy Festival.
Yes.
We were lucky enough to take some cameras over and stuff as well, and we made a little documentary about it for Channel 10.
Yep.
Which is on air tonight from 8:30.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Except,
is that 8:30 Channel 10 time? Because last night's 8:30 on Channel 10 was about midnight.
Yeah. No, I think Idol finishes tonight at about 8:25.
Well, okay, good.
They have finally announced who's going to be the Australian Idol.
Excellent.
That announces to about 8:25 tonight.
Nice.
And then we're on.
Excellent.
Actually, I think we're on after a documentary about the world's strongest kid.
Really?
Yeah, so a big quality lead-in.
Good lead-in.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll rate.
But the problem is even worse than that, because not only have we got the lead-in of the world's strongest kid,
yes,
but we're up against the final half an hour of the final ever episode of Friends.
Nice.
Possibly probably going to be one of the most watched TV shows
that'll go all right
of
for you.
all time.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm sure a lot of the Friends fans halfway through the episode will just want to flick quickly. And if they catch the first couple of minutes of your Montreal doco, they're hooked in.
Exactly. They'll go, bugger it. I don't want to know if Ross and Rachel get back together, which they do.
Yeah.
I don't want to know if Ross
and Rachel get back together.
I know, it's a big shock.
Really?
Yeah.
In the last episode of Friends?
Yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Ross and Rachel
get back together.
No.
That's the big twist at the end. Ross and Rachel get back together.
Does Matthew Perry make some hilarious one-liners?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, Monica and Chandler, get their baby.
Really?
Yeah, that happens as well.
Excellent. Tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
On Channel 9?
Yeah.
Final episode of Friends?
Yeah.
And Ross and Rachel go their separate ways?
No, they get back together.
They get back together?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Turns out in Sex and the City, they all just wanted to get married and settle down. Who would have thought it?
So, so it's up against Friends, but I know that you've got some experience with this sort of thing.
Yes, television programming is a fickle thing because, I don't know why Channel 10's chosen to blow this world's strongest kid. Doco.
Yes.
Up against.
That's a good point.
That's just rating suicide, 10.
What are you doing, 10?
How much money have you paid for this doco on the world's strongest kid?
Seriously?
And you're wasting it.
You would have had to back a truck up to the house of the world's strongest kid to get this thing made.
When we...
Why would you put it up against the last episode of Friends?
A few years ago when I was working on Quantum, and they took a few months off and completely rejigged and came back with a brand new, exciting version of Quantum. And like the Catalyst show now that has usurped it, it was on Thursdays at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And it was set for a certain date.
Right.
And it was meant
This is the big relaunch.
This is the big one. And then it had to get pushed back a week because Kim Beazley had exercised his right to reply to Peter Costello's budget.
All right. So they pushed that back a week.
So they said to us, okay, we've pushed it back to next Thursday at 8 o'clock. But that's going to be cool because, it just gives us another week for the final touch. More publicity. That's
exactly.
I'm going, okay, so you're talking Thursday the 18th. Yeah.
Media cavalcade of publicity.
At 8 o'clock. Yeah. We're so excited. It's going to be great. Okay, so our brand new episode of Quantum that we're really talking on. Yep, this is the one that's going to hook people in for the next couple of years. We're choosing to start that halfway through the final episode of Seinfeld. You're telling me. Oh, that'll be good. Could I borrow a tape of it? Because I certainly won't be watching it. And then there was just this terrible look on the woman's face as she tried to sort of go, oh, yeah, but I mean, I don't...
Yeah, who's going to watch Seinfeld?
There won't be much...
No one's really that interested.
There won't be much crossover, will there?
Yeah.
No, we'll be all... No, we knew that.
Yeah. Nobody's going to be watching Friends tonight, are they? Ross and Rachel get back together.
Exactly. Now, you see, if Quantum... If Quantum had a small story on the world's strongest kid,
exactly,
we would have been all right. It's 7:11 on the Jays. On your Ross and Rachel Back Together network. Here's the Stranglers, Golden Brown. Weather next.
Golden brown, texture like sun, lays me down. With my mind she runs throughout the night. No need to fight, never a frown with golden brown. Every time, just like the last, on her ship, tied to the mast. To distant lands, takes both my hands, never a frown with golden brown. Golden brown, fine a temptress. Through the ages she's heading west. From far away, stays for a day. Never a frown with golden brown.
It is 7:15 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. That is the Stranglers and Golden Brown from about 1847. I think that track was first on the charts. Beautiful.
Sounds good though, doesn't it?
Great little.
Still love that track.
I remember when I was a kid and that was in the top 10, wishing it had another verse and went longer. That's how much I liked it. As
Can you just play it again?
As opposed to Friends. That I
Ross and Rachel.
Really?
Get back together.
Never would have thought
and,
that.
And Monica and Chandler?
Yeah.
Actually have twins.
Real?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's the twist.
7:15 on the Jays. Adam, and we're with you. Damien Callanan's on the line. How are you going this morning, Damien?
Yeah, look, I'm all right.
That is great to hear. Where have we caught you? What are you up to, dude?
Look, I'm loitering somewhere between Ballarat and Melbourne.
Oh,
you loiterer.
You're loitering with intent?
With intent. I just can't make up my mind which way to go.
With an intent to do what?
We intend to do a show called Eureka Stocktake, which is loosely based on the happenings of my forebears. My great-grandfather and his three brothers all fought in Eureka Stockade.
Really?
Yes, on the side of the miners.
Once again, Damien Cullen just mining that familiar stand-up comedy ground that everybody else is doing.
Yeah, look, the Eureka 150 Festival that's about to happen, I actually fully expected that most comedians would be doing a show on it.
Yeah.
I happen to find myself in the unfamiliar ground of being the only comedian or even artist of any kind who's decided to
Well, they're the big comedy topics, aren't they? Aeroplane food, cats and dogs are different, and the Eureka Stockade.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on with mutton?
It is actually interesting because there's a massive sort of celebration for Eureka 150. I'm involved this Saturday down at one of the universities in this big public forum, young people and their thoughts on democracy and where democracy's going in the 21st century, which I'll give more details about during the week. But if you can have the serious democracy chat, then you can do a bit of ha-ha with Damien.
Exactly.
Nice.
And you get to see me in olden days clothes.
Oh,
you know?
well, there you go.
Without seeing me on my weekend job at Sovereign Hill.
It's like Sovereign Hill with jokes. It's great.
Did you know for a long time your family had this link to Eureka? When did you find out?
I discovered in grade 5 we were doing a project on gold. And I was as excited as a family first candidate who was at their first lesbian witch burning.
Right.
I was that into it.
Sure.
Wow,
And I made a Eureka Stockade diorama, which was just some scrunched up newspaper with a piece of hessian over the top of it, which I cleverly coated in clag to make it look more like a piece of hessian covered in clag.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, come on, let's not get too complex here, Tonya Todman. Let's dumb it down for the kids.
Look at the website. I'll show you how to do it.
And it suddenly occurred to you that you had a familial link to the Eureka Stockade. What went down at the Eureka Stockade for kids who haven't studied it? An uprising from the miners against licence fees?
Yeah, basically it was a union dispute gone wrong. There was massive grievances at the both the licensing and also the method of licensing. They were just far too expensive. It was just taxing before there was government representation, and they all got a little bit angry. And
they were being kept down by the man.
By the man, yeah.
A lot of people see it as like one of the big sort of turning points in Australian democracy, don't they?
They do, yeah. Well, it was the flag itself was, I suppose, the first multicultural representation of people wanting a fair go in this country. And thus the term digger was formed, and we've been able to use it ever since.
There you go.
Good on you, digger.
Good on you, digger. Nice one, digger. Doing it for the diggers.
Okay, well, let's go through the weather. What have you got for us this morning, Damien?
I've got, basically things you didn't know about the Eureka Stockade.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I like about Damien.
6 hidden facts about the Eureka Stockade.
And stuff that I didn't even know till I'd written it.
Until you wrote it. Well, there you go. Episode 28 of the weather. Townsville showers and 32. Brisbane rain today and 25.
Most unsuccessful gold diggers went on to work at Cryal Castle.
Is that right?
Newcastle showers and 20. Sydney a few showers and 19 degrees.
Along with Blyblow Castle on the Sunshine Coast, Cryal Castle is one of the last tangible relics of the well-known Norman invasion of Australia in the 11th century.
Really?
Is that right?
Canberra.
The castle was built by the Normans.
I've never read that. Canberra cloudy and showers 18. Hobart, a light shower or 2, 15.
After the welcome stranger, McDonald's on Bakery Hill in Ballarat claims to have produced Australia's biggest nugget.
Adelaide, fine and 23. Perth, fine and hot, 36 degrees.
According to gay historian Paul Green's book Beneath the Sequin Cross, the Eureka flag was based on a costume worn by Ballarat's only transvestite at the time, Golda Rush.
That's right.
Never knew
I did not know this.
any of these things
Why
about
did
the
they
Eureka
cover this
Stockade.
stuff
I
up?
know. Yeah, there's no jokes yet. This is all true.
No.
Yeah.
Darwin Storms and 33. Alice Springs, fine and 32.
Historically spelt with 4 A's, the city of Ballarat sold their superfluous extra A to the city of Wagga to offset future accusations of racism.
Ballarat, cloudy and 16 today. Melbourne, a light shower or 2, 19 degrees. Our final unknown fact about the Eureka Stockade.
The Goldfields terms slag heap and poppet head just sound funny.
It's true. You can't deny that.
I didn't know any of those things
If
about the Eureka
Damien
Stockade.
taught history, kids would just be more interested in learning about this country.
What's the show called, Damien?
The show's called Eureka Stocktake.
And where can people see it going down?
They can see it in Ballarat from the 1st of the to the 5th of December at the Helen McPherson Smith Theatre. Tickets at Majestics, or if they want to, they can come and see it at Melbourne at the Kitten Club from the 23rd to the 28th of November. I'll be pleased to see you in either venue.
It is even, or both.
Or both.
It is 21.7 on the Jace. Thank you very much.
Thanks, fellas.
Here is Grinspoon and Hold On Me.
Over, can I give you a call? We've come so far, we can't climb over the walls. Yeah, kicked up, break up, and now I want to be friends. It's hard to breathe, I hope this doesn't offend. How come you never want to dance with me anymore? Like don't sleep at home while I'm on the floor. How come you never want to dance with me anymore? You've got a hold on me, girl. Knives out, we shout, steal a Mercedes Benz. Look sharp and dark without a power shot lens. At last, can I come round and have a look in your eyes? You might just find you'll get a little surprise. Surprise! How come you never want to dance with me anymore? Like don't sleep at home while I'm on the floor. How come you never want to dance with me anymore? You've got a hold on me, girl. A hold on me, girl. A hold on me, girl. Watch out now. Oh no, it's over. Can I give you a call? We've come so far, we can't climb over the walls. Yeah, how come you never want to dance with me anymore? Like don't sleep at home while I'm on the floor. How come you never want to dance with me anymore? You've got a hold on me, girl. A hold on me, girl. A hold on me, girl. Watch out now.
23.7. Why wouldn't you want to dance with Phil from Grinspoon anymore? What's going on? She's got a hold on him. 24.7 on the
That was
Jays.
his song he wrote about being auditioning for Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his partner left him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he would have won that thing.
He would have killed it.
He would have killed Paulina Hanson.
Right.
Mary, Mary. Mary, Mary, I need your hugging. Mary, Mary. Mary, Mary.
It is 24.7 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. Mary from Junee, how are you going?
I'm very well, Adam.
That is great to hear. Now, it's back in the daytime when we look back through your amazing life. You were telling me off air there's something significant about the date today. What is it?
Yeah, it's the 22nd of November, as we all know, and it's 41 years since JFK, John F. Kennedy, was assassinated in Dallas.
41,
right?
41 years today.
Oh, and you must remember that day that you sat on that grassy knoll, Mary.
Well, I wasn't exactly. It was the Dalesford show.
Right.
But he was one president I liked. I know he was what he was, but I liked him.
He was what he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was a bit of
a ladies' man, wasn't he, Mary?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But was he hot? Were you hot for JFK?
Yeah, I liked him, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
He was a bit of a pants man, wasn't
I
he?
thought he might have done a lot of good for the world.
Until he was. Now, you say assassinated, Mary.
Well, he was, wasn't he?
Well, I've always had a theory.
Yep, right.
Have you ever had those little treats the kids used to eat called pop rocks or moon rocks?
Yes. Oh, yeah, right.
That when you eat, they go in your mouth and they turn into a sort of gum.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I heard a rumour that one of his presidential aides bet JFK $50, which was a lot of money at the time, that he couldn't eat 6 packets of those at once.
Yep.
And once you get beyond about 4 packets, they just get up this sort of chain reaction of pop rocks, and then boom, and just blew off the back of his head. And then the CIA invented the whole assassination thing.
To cover up.
So they didn't want their president to look like
that could be right,
an
Adam.
idiot.
To cover up Pop Rock Gate.
Because if you look at the film, when Jackie O is wiping that bit of brain off her sleeve, that doesn't look red to me. It looks purple.
It's pop rock.
It's pop rock.
Right,
That's my theory.
I've always had a theory it was suicide, Mary.
Really?
Well, we've all been wrong all these years, haven't we?
Haven't we? God. And we uncover it in the last episode of Back in the Day.
Well, there
Do you remember where you were when you heard about it, though, Mary?
Yeah, I was at home in Dalesford.
On the radio, television, what?
Well, I'm not sure that I had a telly then, but definitely on the radio. And I know I kept going out to my parents who lived about 7 miles away and, watch the funeral and all that. And my husband said, well, damn this, we'll have to get a television.
There you
Get
go.
me home.
Is it one of those things where Australians really upset when JFK died, Mary?
Well, I think they were, actually, yeah. I think it was the one thing that brought all the world together for 5 minutes.
Because I wonder if George Bush died, do you think that'd bring the world together?
No, I don't.
No.
Okay.
Definitely
I mean,
not.
obviously, John Howard would cry like he just won Australian Idol.
Oh, well, of course.
But,
Yeah.
Now, there's a big shout-out you want to do today, Mary?
A big what?
A shout-out?
Yes, Bill.
Your son?
Yes.
What's he up to?
Well, he's windrowing, which is doing canola and all that. And he just rang up and said he'd done 25 hours straight. And could we all say good day to him?
He's been windrowing, whatever that might be.
Yeah, it was on a
Canola.
great big tractor thing. Yeah.
He's been tractoring canola for 25 hours straight.
Yep.
It's essentially, he's been in the fields.
Yeah.
Like, basically, he's been working in the fields on the tractor, hasn't he, Mary?
Yes.
Doing something.
For 25 hours straight.
With the canola.
A truckload of biker speed to keep him away.
Exactly.
Well,
Going
that
up,
could be right.
up and
Going
down.
up and down. Why am I making all these pretty patterns in the field?
Yeah. Why is the canola talking to me?
Shut up, canola.
Weirding me out.
Why is the canola telling me it's series on Who Killed JFK?
Exactly.
Shut up, canola.
Yeah. Well, we've done that. Good morning to you, Bill. Good on everyone working in canola today.
Yeah, well, good on you. Thanks very much.
That's all right. Now, we'll see you later in the week. You're coming to our big final show live, aren't you, Mary?
Yes, I am, and I'll be there Thursday.
Excellent.
And I'll see Will on Wednesday.
Okay, now you're becoming a
Okay,
stalker.
Security.
Is that all right, Will?
We need to get Mary.
It's all
Security.
good. Have yourself a great day,
Mary's
Mary.
stalking us now.
What's he doing?
He's calling security because he thinks you're getting a little bit obsessive.
Oh!
28 past
I'd
7.
never do that.
See you later, Mary.
Well, I'll see you both on, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday.
See you Wednesday, Mary.
Yeah, see ya.
There's no New Buffalo and no party on the Jays.
Caught me in the rush. I hate myself for this. Longing to lay down beside you and tell you how it is. My scarf is folded clean. Shoes beside my bed. Movies and then smiling. All these ideas in my head. Ideas on belief. These are ideas we can share. Stroll across the party floor. You've spoiled it all. You've spoiled it all.
9 to 8 on Triple J.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News headlines. The first woman to head an Australian political party, former Democrats leader Junee Haynes, has died in Adelaide, aged 59. The Israel Prime Minister will meet with US Secretary of State Colin Powell in an effort to restart the stalled Middle East peace process. FIFA says teams subjected to racial abuse by fans while on the field have every right to stop playing and walk away. John Howard's joined other APEC leaders for the official photo wearing a Chilean poncho. In the NBL, the Sydney Kings, Hunter, Adelaide and Brisbane have posted wins over the weekend, and thieves have stolen scantily clad garden gnomes from a gnome peep show at an East German amusement park.
A gnome peep show? Those Germans really have to have a good hard look, don't they? Who's into gnomes? What are you, nomosexual?
Apparently the gnomes had bits that were showing.
Really?
Naughty gnomes.
Naughty gnomes. And
that's
they were
not a fishing rod.
Put in compromising positions.
Right.
And you could peep through a peephole to look at them in this. Now, I don't know about you, but ceramics doing stuff like that? Nah, I don't know.
Well, if you think about it, we all inherited original sin, according to the Bible, from where? Adam and Eve, because what did they do? Where were they? They got up to naughty stuff in...
The Garden of Eden?
The Garden
the Garden
of Eden.
So you say it wasn't a serpent that tempted them, it was some
naughty
little
gnomes.
some little bloke with a beard and a fishing rod.
What looked like a fishing rod. Exactly.
It looked like a serpent.
Exactly.
That was
20.
And goodbye Junee Haynes, who was an excellent politician, Junee Haynes. But I thought it was quite ironic that Meg Lees was giving Junee Haynes a big tribute this morning, saying Meg Lees is the woman who destroyed Junee Haynes' legacy.
Sure.
Seeing that Meg Lees is the woman who would make Junee Haynes roll over in her grave.
Well, now she
I
can.
thought it was kind of ironic that good old Meg Lees of the Frumpy School Teachers Party gave Junee a send-off.
Thank you very much.
There's a lot of people in that party in your book, isn't there?
Yeah, well, Meg Lees hosts
needs a leader.
The Frumpy School Teachers Party.
Thank you very much, Rhianna Patrick. Here are the pictures. See you home tonight on Triple J.
Junee is now what Meg Lees did to the Democrats. Good on you, Meggie.
Andrew Denton up soon.
I'd get a bite off the hands, lady. Meg Lees, Mr. Ben.
I know you won't want to come to my party, but if you do, we throw good times away. Until my pal, he finally lets me say, so I'm asking you to think and ask yourself, can he see you home tonight? No, there must be something I miss. She got on you, I just can't tell. So I'm asking you, 'cause he can ask himself, can he see you home tonight? See you home tonight. Sunrise up, it's time to know if he's all out of luck. Before you run and get away, just give us one more chance to hear me say. So I'm asking you, can he ask himself, can he see you home tonight? Can he see you home? Can he
24 to 8 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. That is the pictures. See ya home tonight. Something that started towards the end of last week and took on a life of its own. We've only got 5 more shows, ladies and gentlemen. This Friday's our last ever show. We're doing it live from Manning Bar at the University of Sydney. Get there from 6 in the morning to watch Adam and Will live for the last time on radio.
Girling, Friends of Ron, the Culps are playing, superstar celebrities.
The announcement of whomever is going to be our replacements next year. I'm dropping a bombshell sometime after 8 o'clock. I'm pregnant. I will name the father. We also have been pushing for a public holiday. Well, we haven't, but the people of Australia have been pushing for a public holiday this Friday. Adam and Will Day. Peter Beattie said any emails received by close of business last Friday, he would push on to the Prime Minister. We got over 2,000 in the day that we ran this concept. We've got some of the hot little ones here in our hands. Give us an example, Will, of some of the things that the people of Australia are saying in their desperate desire. Read that bit of paper you just dropped on the floor. I've got one for you. Tara. Dear Prime Minister, I'm all for the public holiday next Friday. Several cities get a public holiday for show day, and Melbourne gets a holiday off for a 3-minute horse race that isn't even until the afternoon. I think it's more than reasonable to give the nation the morning off to celebrate the genius, thank you, Tara, that is Adam and Will's breakfast show. If not the whole day so we can reflect, then at least the morning to reflect upon the joy it has brought into our lives. Tara, a little bit fulsome, but I liked it very much. Thank you, Tara.
Dear John Howard, I didn't vote for you, and I probably won't, even if you give us a public holiday for Adam and Will's last show. But go on, do it anyway.
Good on you. Good on you, dear listener. There's one here by a guy whose name is actually A. Spencer. He doesn't classify what his full first name is. I presume it's not Adam, but he's gone from A. Spencer at Hotmail. Dear Mr. Beattie, please pass on my request, blah, blah, blah. Then talks very extravagantly about how cool I am, A. Spencer, just to make me look like a dickhead. Thank you very much, A. Spencer. The momentum is rolling. We're going to hear back from Peter Beattie's peeps sometime in the next couple of days as to what the PM has said, because the request has been sent through by Peter Beattie with the full email petition. We find out soon. What's your feeling? You deal in politics all the time on the Glass House. How do you read this? Which way is the PM going to come down? He's recently been re-elected with a massive mandate.
Well, he could, yeah. I mean, he's got the power now. He can rush anything through. And he's massive fans of ours.
Is he?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he loves us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
totally.
So you think you'll come round to it?
Oh, yeah.
We can pencil in a public holiday, Adam and Will Day this Friday.
Oh, look, just take it. Oh, no, take it, because you'll make it retroactive anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
A few months from now, he might go.
Yeah, exactly. Look, if it doesn't get through now,
November 26th last year.
Once he gets control of the Senate,
right?
Like, because there's another 6 months before that.
Oh, so you think the Labor Party might block it at the moment?
Oh, yeah. You never know what they do.
Sure.
Just on principle, they might do it.
Sure.
You know, and but he'll make it retrospective.
Because that Family First dude from Victoria, massive fan of the show.
Oh, exactly.
He'll support it.
Well, because he loves our regular segment, Burn a Witch Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, that's right.
Where we name prominent lesbians.
And then we just burn them.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all coming together.
He loves that.
We might do a special live lesbian burning this Friday from the Manning Bar at the University of Sydney from 6 till 9. 20 to 8 on the Jays. You'll hear more about the public holiday, but you can come and watch the show this Friday from 6 o'clock if you're in Sydney, 6 till 9 at Manning Bar, the University of Sydney. Otherwise, listen in on your radios. We'll be leaving after that. Here's Underworld and 2 months off. Andrew Denton up next on the Jays.
You bring light in. 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 Through a dark place, walking in light, glowing, walking in light. Don't bring around
There was a little drawing of a heart next to that, followed by an exclamation mark. The back of his was covered in stuff like, Brandon is not a very nice guy, but Alex is so nice. And that had an exclamation thing too. It was just silly crap. He hit the spot. And he let himself be drawn in.
It is 16 to 8 on the Jays. 2 months off by Underworld there. Adam and Will with you, episode 27, 3 cubed of the weather. Is there so few episodes of the weather to go? Yes. Townsville showers and 32, Brisbane rain today and 25, Newcastle showers and 20, Sydney a few showers and 19.
I have to reassure weather fans, though, that despite the fact that we're leaving, the weather will go on.
I can't guarantee that. I'm not sure if the weather's not contractually linked to this show. Canberra.
I'll guarantee it.
Cloudy and showers,
I'll
18.
guarantee it for you, kids.
Hobart a light shower, 2, 15. Adelaide fine and 23. Perth fine and hot, 36. Oh, there'll be spin-offs. Sure.
Right.
There'll be ongoing.
Like Joey.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is the spin-off of Friends. Final episode of Friends is on tonight.
Yeah, Rachel and Ross get back together.
Really?
And Monica and Chandler get twins. You know, they've been trying to have the baby. Twins.
Really?
Yeah.
She falls pregnant?
That's the big twist. Twins. No, it's their foster parent thing, you know.
Oh, really?
Twins.
Awesome.
Yeah, twins.
What happens
That's
to
the big twist.
what happens to Joey?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Whatever.
What happens to Lisa?
There's a spin-off.
Really?
Yeah, Phoebe got married, I think. Didn't
Really?
She? I don't know.
Final episode of Friends on tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
And Ross and Rachel.
Yeah, get back together.
Really?
And Monica and Chandler, twins. That's the big twist. Twins.
Darwin, storms and 33. Alice Springs fine and 32. Melbourne, a light shower at 2, 19. Montreal, which you can see tonight on TV. The subject of Will's doco tonight, 8:30 on Channel 10, up against...
the final episode of Friends, where Ross and Rachel get back together.
Montreal, a city that features Tim Allen in his last ever role that's not a crappy Xmas film.
That's true. Tim Allen is on it. And he's really funny. And not in a Christmas film at all.
Windy.
Not one mention of an evil elf or anything.
And 3 degrees. 7:45 on the Jays. Denton,
Andrew Denton.
Denton.
Andrew Denton.
Denton. Yeah, it's Andrew Denton. It's
Andrew Denton.
Andrew Denton on Triple J.
Andrew Denton.
Good morning.
14 to 8. How are you, Andrew?
I'm good. I had a guy come up to me at the airport the other day and say, only one more on Will and Adam's show, eh? That'll be the last time I have to hear that, and that's a good thing. He was angry.
Getting heckled about your theme.
No, I thought it was fair enough.
It's not like you wrote the theme.
No.
Well,
look, I don't even like it.
No, you didn't write it, but you did instruct us to make it.
I did not.
Specifically coming
I
from...
had nothing to... You did it. You sleep deprived, the two of you, after almost 5 years.
I won't do this segment anymore unless I have the baby elephant thing.
I think specifically we had a conversation of what is the most irritating conceivable theme we can make.
Sure.
You
I remember
scripted,
that.
We came up with it.
This is one for the lawyers, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into it any further.
I think we're all to blame, and I think we agree society is the loser.
Speaking of bad pap music that really sends you insane, did you watch the 8.5 hours of Australian Idol last night, Andrew?
Look, I did, and I've watched absolutely none of it. I don't have a view one way or the other. I was just curious.
Did you feel like in the 8.5 hours it was on TV last night, you got the sense of everything that had gone before you?
Oh, yeah. Everything, indeed. I felt like I got to know the floor manager really well. I'm sure there's a tribute package to him somewhere.
Can I just ask, Andy, because you work in TV, and I'm completely cool with the fact that some things will run longer than you plan. Like a sporting event might go to extra time, for example. Or if you're doing something like when they did the original episode of Dancing with the Stars, that was live to air.
Yeah, they didn't know, so the first episode went a bit long.
But if you look at what they got through last night with pre-packaged and the guests and all that, they just knew for a fact that was going to run an hour over, didn't they? It's not like that thing just suddenly blew out. So is it dishonest to say something's going to go for 2 hours when you actually know for a fact it's scheduled to run for 3 hours?
Not when you're in love with it, as I am.
Okay.
And as people are. No, that's not dishonest. That's actually a bonus.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever consider just like on enough rope, just like going, this interview's going really well?
Yeah.
Lock the doors. Let's keep this thing running.
Yeah, Alan Bond was one of those examples where there was just so much love in the room. We just wanted to keep going. Everyone wanted it to keep going. What I found weird last night, because I had no background on these people, I had this vague awareness.
Yep.
Am I wrong here? Or was she not singing very well? I mean, I didn't know the tune, but I got the sense it wasn't on key. I just didn't think she was very good.
She didn't really nail it last night, but she has nailed it a few times.
Yeah, look, I could see from the clips that she clearly had a, hell of a voice.
She's 16 years old and had a fair crack.
Are you saying that she didn't do the Diane Warren power ballad that someone had given to her and said, this is the first song you're ever going to release?
That's right, which will be platinum on Tuesday.
Which Diane Warren wrote in 1996.
It was one of those ones that fell off Diane Warren's piano.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Have you got something for us? And she was like scrummaging around the floor going, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this thing. The thing that last night, and everyone knew this who'd watched this series, but the thing that was really apparent last night, and this is the real danger of when they let the previous 12, the final 12 sing, was it was apparent every time Ricky Lee sang that she was quite clearly the most talented and should have won it all.
Right, actually she was really very good, as was the girl that came out first of all and sang Chain of Fools. She had a huge voice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true, but it was interesting to see, despite what they're saying about this vast pool of talent, it was a pretty thin pool of talent because a lot of the 12 were pretty average, I thought. Look, I don't know. I could be transgressing.
What are you saying, Andrew Denton? Are you saying that Australian Idol may not actually produce the top 12 voices in the country?
Look, maybe. I'm going out on a limb here. But you see, I reckon I'm the perfect guy to say this because I have absolutely no background in it. I just came to it completely cold with no prejudices at all last night. Just thought, I got to check this out because I got to keep my street cred.
Sure.
And haven't you managed that in the last 4 minutes?
Haven't I? Haven't I just?
Aren't you just down with your homies?
Yeah, gee, what's with the baggy pants?
Sure. Sure, bitches.
Can I mention something else that's, got a lot of street cred?
Sure.
Right, sure.
Which was, and the only reason this wasn't launched last week is because you can't have two juggernauts going head to head.
Sure.
The Enough Rope book #2.
Wow.
The sequel. This time it's
many
personal.
Words. That's right.
It's like literary bling bling, that book.
It's very good.
Now, in this one,
Can
one
I
of
just
the
say
characters...
this? And I'm the guy to say this because I come to a completely neutral.
Yeah.
Now, it's like when J.K. Rowling releases a new book.
Yeah.
There's obviously a few people on the net who've already been sort of guessing what's going to happen in Enough Rope to the book.
Yeah.
Is it true that one of the characters dies?
Yeah, me.
There you go.
I don't want to give it away too much. And one has twins.
There you go. Can I just suggest one thing, Andrew, for the rest of the marketing you do for the book?
Yeah.
Rather than saying it's really good and rather than quoting yourself, simply mention that Thorpe thinks it's fully sick.
Even though he may not have read it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, look, I haven't read this either. In fact, I've just... Excuse me 1 second. What the hell is this in here for? Sorry, I had no idea.
It's 9 to 8 on Triple J. Thank you very much, Andrew Denton.
See you on Friday.
We'll see you this Friday. You're in our radio play.
Yes. Which I'm very much looking forward to.
Where you'll be playing yourself or someone else.
Can I play someone with height?
It's about... it's 8 to 8 on the Jays. Thank you, Andrew.
Bye.
Time to be someone else. Oh, what a sad at your face. Such a beautiful day. I'm betting you're hoping I'll go away. But here I am to remind you of your big mistake. I know it's hard. It must be hard. I know it's hard. So very hard. I know it's hard to travel far enough. What you been up to and how have you been? Have some learning to tell me everything. Don't look at me like I'm a prize exhibit. I never meant what I said. I didn't mean a thing. I know it's hard. It must be hard. I know it's hard. So very hard. I know it's hard to travel far enough. Far enough. La la la, la la la, la la la. La la la, la la la, la la la. I know it's hard. It must be hard. I know it's hard. So very hard. I know it's hard to travel far enough. Far enough.
It is 5 to 8 on the Jays. That's Steve Parkin and Goodbye Sandy on Triple J off his Sandy Town CD. Adam and Will with you. As we've announced, this Friday is our last ever radio show breakfast on Triple J from the Manning Bar at the University of Sydney from 6 in the morning. If you can get along, come and say hi. Andrew Denton just dropped the bombshell. He's going to be in our radio play, which now means we've got to write one. But we'll sort that out between now and Friday. And the last song we'll play on air will be the best of our Adam and Will tribute songs grabbed off the grab bag. So at about 5 to 9 this Friday from the Manning Bar at the University of Sydney, we could be playing this song. It's the Blessed Ones, Adam and Will, the Dork Mix.
Oh, hello.
The Dork Mix at 5 to 8. You know it. We're going down.
He turned on his radio, as he did every morning, to listen to Adam and Will. But it wasn't Adam and Will.
I've often regretted that.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Sorry. Door opens. You know it. Never say Dom.
Last time we ever play on air.
Excellent, 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 excellent. You know it. You know it. You know it. Dog. You know it.
Wriggle your hips.
The proof. You can't handle the proof.
The world is a pretty fun place.
Dog.
Don't let the sea hunts get you down.
Oh, there's
not bad.
There's a philosophy.
Good work.
Don't let the sea hunts get you down. 4 to 8 on the Jays.
After 8 o'clock, George Negus is on the program.
Whoa!
Matty Welsh is going to be on the show. And are we going to do our traditional last week thing and play a Guns N' Roses track?
I hadn't given it much thought, but I'm happy to be lobbied on that. If you want to hear a Guns N' Roses track between 8 and 9, 1-800-OGBL-536. 1-800-OGBL-536. We should do something a bit weird.
We've got to do Guns N' Roses. It's a tradition.
Kick me, shake me, save me. Switch the dial, climb inside. Grab my head and push on by. Over there, they're too big for us. We slip between unnoticed. Do you know what it feels to be loose again? Time after time, you force me blind to solve the crimes I've lost within me. Building up killer sky. Brushed aside pleas and cries, and step into the searchlight. You spread too thin to be noticed. Overlook those trials ahead. Too tempt to feel again, feeding from the hands of the careless kind. Hardens what's left of me. Time after time, you forced me blind to solve the crimes I've locked within me. Building up the kid inside, but I'm worlds behind. I'm worlds behind. Time after time, you forced me blind to solve the crimes I've locked within me. Desperate lines of earned time, but I'm worlds behind the track of the killer sky. Time after time, you forced me blind to solve the crimes I locked within me. Building up the kid inside, but I'm worlds behind. I'm worlds behind. Time after time, you forced me blind to solve the crimes I locked within me. Desperate lines of earned time, but I'm worlds behind the track of the killer sky.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News. Queensland Education Minister Anna Bligh has defended the state school principals against accusations that some of them have been overzealous. Ms Bligh has ordered an urgent report into the suspension of a 6-year-old boy who's been accused of sexual harassment. Another school's been forced to lift a ban on an 11-year-old boy riding his scooter to school. But Ms Bligh says most principals are reasonable.
I have confidence in our principals. The fact that there might have been one or two decisions recently that I've asked for a reconsideration of in no way reflects any lack of confidence on my part.
Former Australian Democrats leader Junee has died aged 59 after a lengthy illness. Ms Haynes was the first woman to lead an Australian political party when she was made leader of the Democrats in 1986. Democrats Deputy Leader Lynn Allison.
I think that she also established the party as a party which could be trusted to hold the balance of power.
The APEC summit in Chile has wrapped up with leaders issuing a joint declaration which calls for a solution to the fight against terrorism. After 2 days of talks, the 21 member countries have agreed to increase measures to prevent money laundering in relation to terrorism and have called for a greater regional effort in fighting HIV and AIDS. The US Secretary of State Colin Powell will meet with the Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon in Jerusalem today to try to restart the stalled Middle East peace process. Mr Powell's expected to ask Israel to withdraw some of its troops from Palestinian cities before next year's elections to find a new Palestinian leader. Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission in Iraq has announced that January the 30th will be the date for the country's first election since Saddam Hussein lost power. Despite continuing violence in several parts of the country, the Commission's been busy behind the scenes organising the registration of voters and parties. 3 men who tried to rob a restaurant on the New South Wales South Coast last night have come unstuck after they couldn't work out how to open the sliding door. Acting Senior Sergeant John Klapsarak has more on the incident, which left 20 bemused patrons watching from the inside.
3 men allegedly had hoods covering their faces, and one was allegedly armed with a knife. Now, the man with the knife has attempted to push open the glass sliding door. Because it wouldn't push open, he started kicking it. Now, one of the other men has also tried pushing the sliding door, and after a number of attempts, all three men have then run off.
Two Sport and New Zealand cricket captain Stephen Fleming says he won't pressure his players to walk before the umpire makes a decision. The walking issue for batsmen was reignited yesterday, after Australia beat the Black Caps by an innings and 156 runs in the first test at the Gabba. That's the latest. Triple J.
Triple J's Australian Music Month. Log on and check out the talent.
triplej.net.au.
I got a great new friend, he's a robot. He's my man and he's megawatt. He doesn't pretend, never lies, never cheats, never steals from me. I trust nobody else with my secrets. I can depend on his sequence. Logical patterns of trust in his hard drive, relax, I couldn't unwind it. I got a friend and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. I know there is no human so techno. There is nobody so stay low. Constant companion who knows all the action, can calculate fractions, and he is zeros and ones, and I know this. He is not flesh and he can't kiss. But who needs humans when humans get angry and humans get ugly? And I got a friend and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. You know I got a friend and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. Friend, he's a robot, always thinking just non-stop. Computing language while making a sandwich, converting the average, and he is always the fun, and he's number one. He's taking the time and he can't run right through the night, and he never sleeps and he never lies down. And I got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. Got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man.
Yeah, Regurgitator and My Friend Robot off their Mishmash CD at 8:06 on Triple J. Adam and Will with you. George Negus up soon for a bit of a chat about what's going down in the world of Neegs. Matty Welsh coming in to say farewell to us. We've only got 5 shows ever to go. 4 shows and 53 minutes ever of Adam and Will breakfast on the Jays. This Friday we're wrapping it up from the Manning Bar at the University of Sydney from 6 in the morning. Massive live show. Get along and say hi if you can. Or tune in to your radio all this week from 6 till 9.
Triple J's Australian Music Month.
If you live in Brisbane and you haven't yet got your hands on tickets to see our special Powderfinger Live at the Wireless event, then don't stress. There are still a couple of ways to get there. Listen out this week and be quick on the phone.
Or be at the ABC shop at the Brisbane Maya Centre 9 o'clock this Saturday morning. But there'll only be 300 passes left. So once they're gone, that's it.
If you're not in Brizzy, shine up your radio and get ready as we broadcast Powderfinger's massive gig soon on Triple J.
It is 8:07. Someone is going to be very pumped up for that Powderfinger gig and is going to have something to prove. Darren Middleton, the guitarist from Powderfinger, who yesterday went so close to climbing the summit of the Starlight Children's Foundation Tennis Day. Now we have the Tennis Day for Starlight out at the Olympic venue each year. You came along last year.
I did.
Watched us do it all. Darren made the final. Teamed up with Christine Radford-Kuntz, and they went down in the final.
Who'd they lose to?
16-year-old Ryan Bellamy was the tennis
Future of
pro.
Australian tennis?
He's bloody handy.
Good.
And may I say,
about time.
Spunky young man with a big grin.
Really?
A lot of the younger ladies there thinking
See, but that's not good.
I might invite him to my school formal.
That's not good, though.
No?
That's the Philippoussis thing.
Oh.
Philippoussis, a bit too good looking.
Oh.
Spend a little bit more time, practicing your ball skills off the court than on the court.
You don't think that Paris Hilton's got a photo of Ryan Bellamy with, one to watch out for.
Exactly.
Stamped on it.
Exactly.
Oh.
Well, Paris Hilton has her scouts as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whereas, see, Leighton was always had that bad hair and the acne scars and stuff. Concentrated on his tennis.
Is it true that Paris Hilton actually sets up an academy?
Yeah, there's the Paris Academy.
Of up-and-coming, potentially spunky guy. Oh, Ryan Bellamy. Well, with any luck, he'll get some really bad cystic acne and come back to the field. But Ryan Bellamy teamed up with SBS World News' Anton Enos.
One of the best names in news too, isn't it, Anton Enos?
And, mate, one of the best forehand volleys too. Anton Enos is an absolute shark on the court.
Is that right?
He's ferocious.
Now, who are you playing with this year?
I teamed up with the lovely Brianne Stewart.
She let you down?
Oh, no.
Was she the real... Yeah, did she let you down?
No.
Is that the reason you guys didn't get through? Because she is ordinary?
Even I in conscience...
Is she a joke?
Even I in conscience... No.
Was she shithouse?
She did a lot
Did she bring you down?
She played well and did a lot of running.
Right.
I was doing a lot of up at the net going, yours, I'll go this side, yours.
Not your best year?
No, we actually went really, really well. We won 2 of our 3 games in our group, and including we beat Nuke. I beat John Newcomb.
Who was Nuke playing with?
Nuke was playing with Matty Johns. Reg Regan from the Footy Show. Who's a former Australian Kangaroo rugby league player.
Yeah, like a top-class athlete.
And Johnny Newcomb.
And Nuke.
Well, bloody hell, thank you very much. Brianne and I took him out, 6-4. The Spence holding serve was deep in the set.
Was it Matthew Johns playing or was it Reg Regan? Was it?
No, it wasn't Trent the Fly Shield. It was Matty Johns.
Oh, it was Matty. So there wasn't 2 of the best Mo's in world sport going around?
Unfortunately, there wasn't.
Oh, that would have been great.
But Matty Johns a little bit susceptible because one of those ones where we were mic'd up, a little bit susceptible to some serious grunting when I was serving. I was doing a lot of grunting, and the thing I do that gets inside the head is like my serve, you've seen me play, it's not the strongest part of my game.
No, your serve takes about as long to get over the net as Andrew G took to announce who won Australian Idol last night.
But what happens there is it takes so long that when you're mic'd up, you can actually, off the racket, from the time the ball has left the racket and before it's hit Matty Johns' racket, you've got time to do a bit of, oh! And then while it's still in air, the self-commentary that he hears. So it's, oh! Big serve, Spencer. Oh! Down the tee. Oh! Kicker. Got ace written all over it.
Right.
If you can fit that in. If
you can fit all that. Like, you can fit all those 3.
Exactly.
That's the thing before your serve lands.
And Matty Johns looks like, what the hell are you talking about? Frame of the racket.
The problem is Matty Johns had a micro slip.
Exactly.
in the time he was waiting.
Exactly. But it's bloody nice to be, it's nice to be able to say you beat Nuke. But the game that stopped us getting through to the semis, we were up against...
Who'd you lose to?
J.A., John Alexander.
Yep,
he's
a good player.
He's
so he still can play, J.A.?
Wily old hustler. Yep. And Sydney Swans, Jude Double Fulton Bolton.
Double Fulton Bolton?
He's bloody handy,
really?
Jude. Very, very... Gets that sort of white line fever thing going.
Yeah, I bet he does.
We lost 6-4 to them, and may I say, and you know this, John Alexander, 15-30 on his serve at 5-4.
Yeah.
That ball was long. But anyway, I'm fine with it. I accept the decisions.
Good on you, Gilly.
And it's great that they got some volunteers out there and let them call the lines in that match. But anyway...
So hang on. Are you going John Alexander? Is that what you're doing?
No, John Alexander.
Are you saying John Alexander is a cheat?
John Alexander.
Is that what you're saying? One of Australia's greatest ever tennis players is a dirty, rotten cheat?
John Alexander is under no obligation at all at a kids' charity tennis day to overrule the linesman on his own shot.
You're saying that J.A. should have called it out?
Not at all.
And he's a dirty cheat?
Not at all. Adam Gilchrist would have. But then again, Craig McMillan would have stood his ground. It's up for dispute. It was an awesome
So
game.
he got beaten by Bolts. How come Bolts didn't go on to win then?
Well, no, they got knocked down in the semi because Jude Bolton on the outside courts, good fun. Get him on centre court. I'm doing the centre court commentary, which, as you did last year, is normally at the end of each match, bit of stuff. I turned it into more a in between every point, like I was commentating at home, sledging of all the players.
Right.
Turns out that when you get 2,000 people on centre court to stand up and cheer as one Double Fulton Bolton just before he serves, Jude tends to go a bit weak.
He goes to pieces.
He does.
So don't say that on the radio.
I know.
The West Coast Eagles are going to arrange that next year when he's up for goal.
Mate, if
Bolts is shooting for goal in a semi-final and suddenly 30,000 West Coast Eagles cheerleaders are going giving a bit of Double Fulton Bolton.
If you're in charge of the St Kilda cheer squad for 2005, you know what you've got to do in the tough games against Bolton.
No.
Doesn't handle that. That was a fantastic day, a lot of fun. But Darren Middleton made the final. just missed out. I spoke to him. He's pumped about the big live at the Wireless gig for Triple J. And he'll be. I hope he's still wearing the same sort of 1970s porno tennis headband that he wore yesterday. It did look good. 12 past 8 on the Jays.
Busted.
Here you go. We're bringing home the big hits in the final week of the show.
And Guns N' Roses still to come this hour.
Oh, young MC. 12 past 8 on the Jays. George Negus next.
This here's a jam for all the fellas. Try to do what those ladies tell us. Get shot down cause you're overzealous. Play hard to get females get jealous. Okay, smarty, go to a party. Girls are scantily clad and showing body. A chick walks by, you wish you could sex her, but you're standing on the wall like you was Poindexter. Next day's function, high class luncheon. Food is served and you're stone cold munching. Music comes on, people start to dance, but then you ate so much you nearly split your pants. A girl starts walking, guys start gawking. Sits down next to you and starts talking. Says she wanna dance cause she likes the groove. So come on, fatso, and just bust the move. Just bust the move. You're on a mission and you're wishing someone could cure your lonely condition. Looking for love in all the wrong places. No fine girls, just ugly faces. From frustration, first inclination is to become a monk and leave the situation. But every dark tunnel has a light of hope, so don't hang yourself with a celibate rope. Your movie's showing, so you're going. Could care less about the vibe you're blowing. Theater gets dark just to start the show. Then you spot a fine woman sitting in your row. She's dressed in yellow. She says hello. Come sit next to me, you fine fellow. You run over there without a second to lose. And what comes next? Hey, bust the move. Just bust the move. In the city, ladies look pretty. Guys tell jokes so they can seem witty. Tell a funny joke just to get some play. Then you try to make a move and she says no way. Girls are faking, goodness saking. They want a man who brings home the bacon. Got no money and you got no car, then you got no woman. And there you are. Some girls are sadistic, materialistic. Looking for a man makes them opportunistic. They're lying on the beach perpetrating a tan so that a brother with money can be their man. So on the beach you're strolling, real high rolling. Everything you have is yours and not stolen. A girl runs up with something to prove, so don't just stand there, bust the move.
If you want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you
just bust the move.
You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you
Break it down for me, fellas. Has a brother Larry. In 5 days from now, he's gonna marry. He's hoping you can make it there if you can, cause in the ceremony, you'll be the best man. You say Nito, check your libido, and roll to the church in your new tuxedo. The bride walks down just to start the wedding, and there's one more girl you won't be getting. So you start thinking, then you start blinking. A bridemaid looks and thinks that you're winking. She thinks you're kinda cute, so she winks back, and now you're feeling really firm, cause the girl is stacked. Reception's jumping, bass is pumping. Look at the girl and your heart starts thumping. Says she wanna dance to a different groove. Now you don't want to do till you bust the move.
You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you
just bust the move.
You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you got
it. Move it, boy.
It is 17 past 8 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. Young MC and Bust a Move from 1991.
But it still sounds just right. That's the thing. Yeah, 91, 92, I reckon.
Yeah, Poindexter. Episode 26 of The Weather.
Wouldn't be quite so young MC anymore, though, would he?
No.
Kind of middle-aged, fat paunchy MC.
Well, wasn't he scheduled to come out to Australia for one of those classic superstar rap things last year? And
with Tone Loc.
Didn't show? I think it fell through. I think it was too much interest.
Yep.
They were worried there were going to be riots.
Yeah, too much interest in young MC.
People who missed out on the ticks.
Well, a lot of people booked them on 1-800 Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, really?
But, you know.
Townsville showers in 32. Brisbane rain today in 25. Newcastle showers in 20. Sydney a few showers in 19. Canberra cloudy and showers 18. A lot of people don't forget, of course, Mix-a-Lot was an American artist. So in Australia it's 001161 Mix-a-Lot.
Of course.
That's your mistake. Hobart a light shower or 2, 15 degrees. Or 1-800 reverse.
Mix-a-Lot.
0011 Mix-a-Lot.
Right.
Adelaide fine at 23. Perth fine at hot 36. Well, whenever Pat Rafters around the world and wants
to talk to Sir Mix-a-Lot
about booty, he just rings 1-800 reverse.
Holly Valance is always on the phone to Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Isn't she? Darwin Storms in 33. Alice Springs, she probably actually is. Fine in 32. Melbourne, a light shower or 2, 19. Montreal, home of more strippers per head of population than any other city in the world, and featured tonight in your documentary on Channel 10 at 8:30. Windy and 3 in Montreal. Now, we've said tonight at 8:30.
Yeah, up against the final half an hour of the final episode of Friends, where Ross and Rachel get back together and Monica and Chandler discover they have twins.
Really?
Yeah. But don't miss it.
No. We've got George Negus on the line. How are you going, George?
G'day, guys. How are you going?
Very well. Sorry, we just ruined for you the ending of the last episode of Friends.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. Listen, by the way, it's been pissing down all weekend in Bellingen. You left it out the old weather list, mate.
So we just assumed that around this time of year.
Is that in one of the catchment areas, George?
Oh, what? Don't use big words, mate. It's too early in the morning. Yes, it is.
Okay, why does it... Yeah, that's good, because it never seems to bloody rain in the catchment areas.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's about time, now that you have a bit of spare time on your hands, George, could you perhaps do a documentary on why we've built the catchment areas in the wrong bloody areas?
I think it'd probably rate about as well as your Montreal thing, by the way.
Oh, Negus sledge run down.
By the way, listen, I'm going out to buy Andrew's book. What's it called? Enough Words. So long as he buys mine, you know. I think we can do a deal, Denton and I reckon.
On for young and old. Now, George, what have you have had recently announced that you're going to have a little bit of spare time after the ABC have just ludicrously axed your multi-award-winning, massive rating show during the weekdays. What are you doing to work yourself through this process? Because you've been shopped before, you've been brought back. What's it like in TV land when you get tapped on the shoulder and told, there's the door, piss off, don't nick anything on your way out?
Yeah, you decide that that's the day you should have become a professional cricketer in the first place, or something like that. Or played for Manchester United if you're really desperate.
Exactly.
You would have been a great professional cricketer too, George, because you always had the mo of a 1970s, early 80s Australian Test cricketer.
The Rodney Marsh lookalike, the Dennis Lilly Rodney Marsh lookalike mistake.
Exactly.
When did you first decide? I've always wondered this.
Yeah.
When you decide as a man that the mo is the look for me?
Now, here's a question for your insightful Triple J listeners. I've never had a moustache. I've only had a beard, and I chopped it back. I've never. Now this is. You heard it first. You heard it first with the lads.
So it's like,
I've never ever grown a moustache. I've only ever grown a beard.
So you've never custom grown a moustache. You've only ever gone beard back to mo.
Got it.
So it's like a semi-goatee.
Right.
Yep. You're dead right. And the first time I cut it back, my grandmother was so disgusted at the whole idea of a beard, I put all the hair in an envelope and posted it to her. Nothing sick about me.
No.
You're not doing a similar thing to the head of ABC TV, Sandra Levy, at the moment, are you, George?
I think when asked that question, Negus appeared to be playing his cards close to his chest.
Okay.
not telegraphing punches and stuff like that, if you'll pardon the word punch.
Now, since you've been on TV and because you launched into 60 Minutes and all that with the mo, have you ever shaved it off, or has it been there all the way since the inverted goatee?
I don't want to appear to be sort of seeking a recognition factor, but no, I thought if I shaved the bloody thing off, nobody'd know who I was. You know?
Wow.
Well, is that what you want to do? Like, because sometimes you hear big stars complain, I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
People see me all the time.
Get rid of the mo. Get rid of the mo.
Yeah, if you got rid of the mo, people wouldn't know who you were.
Wouldn't that be a bugger?
Would you recognise yourself?
I'm not sure. You know how people have a weak chin? I think I have a weak upper lip.
Okay.
It's the opposite to the stiff upper lip. Now, George, can I ask about the mo? When you were on TV, like early on, back in the ABC days and all that sort of stuff, was there a lot of men going with the mo on TV at the time?
A lot of men. A lot of what, mate?
Was there a lot of men with the mo at that time?
Yeah, it was a bit groovy. It was sort of the Elliot Gould look.
Right.
I mean, you blokes are almost old enough to remember Elliot Gould.
He plays someone's father in Friends, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, it was
The final episode of which is on Channel 9 tonight, and Ross and Rachel get together.
Yeah, it was a very 60s, 70s sort of thing, and I'm ancient enough to be able to remember that. But it was the mo was right in at one stage, and some of them were quite ridiculous, down around the chops and all that sort of case.
Did you ever consider going with a different sort of Shannon Noll has that little bit of hair under the lip?
Yeah. I thought of that bit, this sort of Zapata thing that comes back down around your chin. But it sort of interfered with my love life, so I gave that idea away.
Okay, George. And let's be honest.
I've only about 4,000 women have told me it is not on. Yeah.
So interfered with your love life with those 4,000 women. George Negus was a machine.
Well,
I'm a journalist and prone to exaggeration.
Just cutting a swathe through the north coast of New South Wales.
I'm going to get myself a 60 Minutes job.
Typhoon George.
One of the things I've been considering doing is a television program at 7:30 on Sunday night on the ABC and Welsh called 3,600 Seconds, because I don't think 60 Minutes is... I think it's had its day. We need a title with a ring to it.
Nice work. So you know this. Who on 60 Minutes will be getting all the action these days, George? Peter Overton?
Yep.
Richard Carlton?
Is Richard Carlton a pants man?
I think Richard is... they've never ever marketed Richard as a sex symbol quite the way they should have.
No. I mean, I just thought that occasionally... on Getaway, Katrina Roundtree is always in their bikinis at something.
Yeah.
Why didn't they have more of Richard Carlton in a war zone in his budgie smugglers?
Sure.
I think if you'd seen Richard in the shower, you'd know why. But right, I mean, you can introduce a whole new form of sex symbolism. You could headbutt people instead of doing whatever else you're supposed to do.
Now, can I pursue this line? Do all the 60 Minutes journalists traditionally shower together? Is it like a team bonding thing?
Only after the game, mate.
Right, okay. So you'll catch...
Good show, fellas.
You'll catch Tara Brown, Liz Hayes. Go on, towels off, girls.
Good show, Liz.
Off we go.
There you go. Let me soap your back.
I mean, they're normal human beings, as you only too well.
Did you ever soap down Ian Leslie, George?
Ever?
Have you ever soaped down Ian Leslie?
No, I haven't, actually. He's not my kind of guy. But
Right.
Nice bloke, but,
Nice bloke, but you wouldn't want to shower with him.
No. I'm just wondering what the nation's going to do with that. It's bookends. You blokes at 6:30 in the morning and me at 6:30 at night.
I know.
Life won't be the same, will it?
It'll be an empty hole, won't it, George?
I'm just going to watch what you two are up to and just sort of follow suit. I think you're obviously a couple of clever young careerists.
Well, who's to say that with pay TV opening up like it does, there's not the option for the three of us to work on
together.
Some project
At
together.
last. At last, the three of us together.
George, Adam and Will.
One of the offers they have made to me, Will, is fronting that what's called the glass house.
Really? With George Negus?
It was run past me, and my sons objected on the grounds that I'm no sense of humour whatsoever. I don't know what's more embarrassing, me appearing on Rove or appearing with you blokes.
Oh, George.
Lovely to speak to you today, George Negus.
You two guys, listen, all the best with whatever you're doing. I'm sure it'll be funny, smart, and everything that we've always come to expect from you.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to try to be funny and smart too in the future, but I think it's something to do.
25 past 8 on the Jays. He's still got it, George.
He's still got it.
Here's Ben Lee. Gamble everything.
ABC TV. Get him back on air.
Gamble everything for love. 25 past 8 on the Jays. Matty Welsh after 8:30.
Gamble everything for love, gamble everything, put it in a place you keep what you need. You can gamble everything for love if you're free, you gotta gamble everything for love. Baby, are you cold, baby, I can wrap you up in my love. If you want it, you can gamble everything for love. If you want it, you can gamble everything for love. Tell me how you feeling, lost, have you crossed into places that you never knew to get through? Tell me how you gonna cry all night. Tell me the truth and I'll tell you the truth. If you gamble everything for love, you're gonna be alright. Alright. Make a list of things you need, leave it empty except for number one, right love. Gamble everything, keep it under lock and key. If you want it, you can gamble everything for love. Love me with an open heart, tell me anything. We can find a place to start to gamble everything. We can set this thing apart, cause we're gonna gamble everything for love. Tell me, do you lose your way each day? Are the people you don't recognize, do they lie? Tell me, do they make you feel too real? Tell me the truth and I'll tell you the truth. If you gamble everything for love, you're gonna be alright. Alright. Ooh, you can go your own way. Ooh, you can go your own way. Ooh, you gotta go your own way. If you gamble everything for love, if you gamble everything for love, gamble everything for love, gamble everything, put it in a place you keep what you need. You can gamble everything for love. If you're free, you gotta gamble everything for love. Tell me, are you getting hurt? Is it worth it? Tell me, are the people strange? Do they change? Tell me, are you letting go? Do you know? I'll tell you the truth if you tell me the truth. If you gamble everything for love, if you gamble everything for love, if you gamble everything for love, you're gonna be alright. Alright.
Ben Lee on Triple J. Gamble everything for love at 28 past 8. It's one of those images, once you start to picture Peter Overton soaping down Tara Brown in a post-60 minute show, you can't get rid of it, can you?
No.
Sticks in the head.
Tell you what, they should call it 60 inches.
It's about 28 past 8 on the Jays.
That'll get people watching.
Here's the Spazzies.
Got the words to write what I think, 'cause my brain's more as a surfing bird trump by liquid gold trump by Texas. Tea, don't blame you at all if you don't wanna hang with me. 'Cause I'm crazy and lazy and stupid and dumb and all I think about is the next of the fun. What can I say? Nobody could but you be the one. Your house on moon, make a man fun. But didn't have fans, always on the tracks, when I can do Went to bed retarded in the head, don't you know that has become my routine? Never had enough, let's go out and break stuff, 'cause I'm just a stupid team who don't wanna hang around with me. 'Cause I'm crazy and lazy and stupid and dumb and all I think about is the next of the fun. What can I say? Nobody could but you be the one. Your house on moon, make a man fun. And didn't have fans, always on the tracks, when I can do Hey, baby, you know I ain't got the words to write what I mean, 'cause my brain's full as a surfing bird trump by liquid gold trump by Texas. Tea, don't blame you at all if you don't wanna hang with me. 'Cause I'm crazy and lazy and stupid and dumb and all I think about is the next of the fun. What can I say? Nobody could but you be the one. Your house on moon, make a man fun. But didn't have fans, always on the tracks, when I can do
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News headlines. The Queensland Education Minister has ordered an urgent report into the suspension of a 6-year-old boy who's been accused of sexual harassment. The founder of the Australian Democrats has paid tribute to the party's former leader, Junee Haynes, who passed away on the weekend aged 59. The outgoing US Secretary of State, Colin Powell, has arrived in the Middle East for peace talks with the Israeli and interim Palestinian leaders. Police on the New South Wales South Coast are looking for 3 men who tried to rob a restaurant last night but came undone after they couldn't work out how to open a sliding door. And Australian cricket captain Ricky Ponting says the issue of batsman walking before the umpire makes his decision has been blown out of proportion by the media.
In fact, what Ponting said was the media are gutless pricks.
Exactly.
You got nothing, media.
Yeah, the pack
You
of...
couldn't do it if I was having sex with your mother last night, media.
Pack of pig
you got
rooters.
nothing. You got nothing. Now, does it say how Janine Haynes died? Was she murdered by Meg Lees? Oh, no, hang on. That was just the Democrats.
It's 28-9 on the Jays. Bad luck.
School teacher.
Bad luck to the three dudes who tried to rob a restaurant but came undone when they couldn't open a sliding door. Because those sliding doors can be notoriously difficult, can't they?
Tricky.
Because what you've got to do is
latch.
you've got to grab the handle.
Sometimes you've got to do that little latch.
You've got to grab the handle and then you've got to slide the door.
Yeah.
Apparently there were 20 people inside watching these guys try to kick down this door with balaclavas just
Really?
going.
Well, you see, it's
sometimes they've got that flywire screen as well.
Yeah, but if they're trying to if they're trying to kick it down with balaclavas, they've really got no idea. Use your feet, idiots. It's a true story. Once there was I read this story and it's amazing about this Malaysian dude who was thinking of robbing a bank and he's umming and he goes in and he throws on the motorcycle helmet as the disguise, races in, robs the bank. Right, this guy's name was Yang Mong Fei. Right, he's robbed the bank. He's got away. About 2.5 weeks later, there's a knock at his door. It's the cops. We're arresting you for the thing. How did I know? He's denying it. No way they can. Deny. They take him in. They show him a security camera photo taken of him as he's leaving the bank, wearing a motorcycle helmet that has written on the back of it, property of Yang Mong Fei. Bad luck, Yang Mong.
Oh, that's tough.
27-7 on the Jays. Thank you, Rhianna Patrick.
Later.
Here is Chris Josh and Discotheque Dancing. Matty Welsh up next on the show. You're on Triple J. Good morning. It is 23 to 9 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. Chris, Joss and Discotheque Dancing. We've had a couple of people call in today on the show going, it's your last week. Play some highlights. Play Sorry Matt Hayden, that sort of stuff. Look, hit us on the guest book, triplej.net.au. Anything you want to hear that we've got lying around in the archives, if we remember to tape the show that day, if we can remember where we put the tapes, we may well play back it, or something like it, or something at some stage. triplej.net.au, 23 to 9. Who's our guest now, Vil?
It's a superstar swimmer of Australian swimming, yes, Ian Thorpe. How are you, Thorpey?
No, it's Matt Welsh.
Oh, yeah, g'day, Matt. How are you?
Sorry. Hey.
It was just that stubble.
Yeah,
sorry.
Sorry, I'll do the little test. Is it Ian Thorpe? How would you describe new OT's cereal?
Oh, it's gold.
No, it's fully sick.
It's fully sick.
It's fully sick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not into commercialism, sorry.
If you could land like a massive sponsorship deal, because Thorpey's got everything, you know, Thorpey, it's just all Thorpey. Every product is Thorpey. If you could land just ideally any product you'd love to have the face of Matt Welsh on, what would it be?
I think probably the Australian Mint.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. No one's ever been sponsored by a currency before, have they?
No.
Or would you just like to maybe see your face on one of the notes?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I have my own money, literally.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, mate, can you let us a couple of Welshies?
Yeah, how much did that set you back? A couple of Welshies.
Couple of Welshies?
I'll trade you 2 Welshies for...
Yeah, mate, you got a couple of...
But ideally, you see, the Welshie would be a currency that devalued as you did better and better personal best times. Like a Welshie would be originally worth 23.86 cents.
Right.
Then ideally 23.21. Hoping it'll eventually break the 23-cent barrier.
And hopefully that'll be my PB.
Exactly. Right. It just keeps coming down and down and down.
Like you do it every night on the news, like the Hang Seng's up today.
Right.
The Welshie has plummeted.
That guy Jones has got his own. So
exactly. Exactly. Or post the Olympics after 2 months on the piss, the Welshie now trades at 58.
Have you been on the piss since the Olympics? Is this? I always wonder this about your high class athletes, because you had your Brooke Hansen who went to the world, like was the world short course swimming championships, like the day after the Olympics or whatever. Won 6 gold medals against some primary school kids, and but there seemed to be a lot of other swimmers and that sort of stuff who decided, right, it's now time that I can eat some pies. Which of those two camps have you fallen into, Matty?
Somewhere in between the two, I think. I did actually go along to that meet. Unfortunately, my races had basically the best swimmers in the world.
Oh, no.
Everyone who had said backstroke in the last 10 years decided to turn up.
Really?
Yeah, it was obscene.
Yeah.
So I just turned up. And there were people there, like incredible backstrokers, incredible athletes who were missing out in finals because you basically had to get within 0.1 of the world record just to make the final. So we had some really, really tough races.
Some of those primary school kids were very quick in Europe.
They're very keen.
And they're hungry at that age, aren't they?
There's that Fungin Wow, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was keeping, and the great thing was he was keeping his area really tidy and getting extra points from the teachers.
Absolutely.
Now, but have you had a bit of a chance to get on the booze and that sort of stuff?
Had a bit of a break, and I'm back in training and sort of getting... Actually, I got a bit tired, I have to admit. I'll probably have to get a bit fitter. I was a bit tired battling through all the people placarding out the front against your last week.
Oh, really?
So bring them back.
Sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of them, isn't there?
There are. There's
thousands.
All over the place. That one guy's very vocal.
I say to all those people, give me your home number. I'll call you at 4 tomorrow morning.
That's right.
We can talk about it as long as you want. Do you get much business? Well, what time do you get up in the morning before you head to the pool?
I'm one of those people who leaves it to the very, very last minute. So, I think the alarm goes at 6:32.
Oh, really?
What time do you have to be? 2 minutes.
What time do you have to be in the pool?
7.
Wow.
Do you sleep at the pool? Because I'm not sure I could even make it if I got up at 6:32 and I was actually at the pool. I'm not sure I'd make it in the water by 7.
I try not to actually wake up until I finish training, otherwise it's too much.
He sleeps down the shallow end.
Yeah.
Lane 1.
What do you think about when you're training? I've always wondered this, especially with swimmers, because you'd be doing a lot of Ks, I'm guessing, in the pool. Are you always...
What's a standard swimming session you'll knock over? How many Ks and how long would that mean you're actually in the water? Just a typical one.
Standard really doesn't exist, but anywhere between 5, 6, 7K, somewhere around there, usually around 5 to 6.
So how long does that take?
It depends on what session, but up to 2 hours.
Okay, so 2 hours just watching the line.
Yeah, what are you thinking about? Well, not probably watching the line that much for a backstroke.
Yeah,
But what are you thinking about?
That's not right. I'm on my back.
I'm really bugging this up.
Yeah.
Why can I see that line?
I think I've worked this backstroke thing out now. I just think about my stroke. I think about sort of what's coming up, trying to sort of motivate myself. Thinking what I'm missing out on in my life, what I've given up, the sacrifices I've made. Wonder what you guys are talking on the radio.
Sure.
Pining that this is the last week. That sort of thing. Just the general.
Yeah. Just often we'll be in the middle of some mic break, interviewing some hot actress, or just sitting here chowing down to some lunch, having a quiet beer at about 8:15 in the morning, and I often think, wonder how well she's tumble turns going.
Totally. I recite a few pages of the Book of Numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A plug for my book in the last.
Is that what you do? You go, that was lap 3.
Yeah.
Now 3
is an interesting number.
It's a prime, and
that's 606. Now that's a perfect number. That's interesting because.
Oh, dear me. It's 17 to 9 on the Jays. We're talking with Matt Welsh. Here's the Donners. Weather up next. $10,000. Here we go.
Triple M the Cage.
Hello, is that Triple M the Cage in Sydney?
It is. It's Triple M the Cage in Sydney, Melbourne and Adelaide.
That's fantastic. This is Triple J Breakfast Radio. You're on the air. Unfortunately, if you'd answered with G'day, I listen to Triple J, Adam and Will in the morning, then Mel Bampton, followed by Mafawny Werhurst, Crick and Chris and Craig in the afternoon, Rosie Beaton, Geordie Cooley if it's a Thursday, and don't forget Hack the Current Affairs half hour. You would have won $10,000 cash.
$10,000 bucks.
Bad luck.
Oh, come on.
Spewing.
Oh, come on. Give it to me.
Oh, sorry about that.
You know you want to.
Say hello to Tim Smith for me.
Oh, I will.
Say hello to Peter Burner.
There you go. I think she actually did a bit of potty mouth at us.
It did.
That's the day we ring the cage. Triple M memories come flooding back on Triple J. triplej.net.au. If you've got a request, we've got a week to fill. Not that we're not enjoying every second of it, but what I'm saying is we will play highlights for the remainder of the week. It's your last chance. Townsville and showers and 32 today, episode 25 of the weather. Brisbane rain today and 25. Newcastle showers and 20. Sydney a few showers and 19. Canberra cloudy and showers 18. Hobart a light shower 15. Adelaide fine and 23. Perth fine and hot 36. Darwin storms and 33. Alice Springs fine and 32. Melbourne a light shower of 2 tonight, 19 degrees. Montreal. Why would you not watch a documentary on the Montreal Comedy Festival, 8:39 on Channel 10? Why would you possibly not? Windy and 3. Except perhaps to see the final ever episode of Friends, where
Rachel and Ross get together and Monica and Chandler get twins. That's the big twist.
There you go. You don't need to watch that now, Matty Welsh.
Unbelievable. I didn't see that one coming.
You can watch
it's a
Will's
real shock, isn't it?
doco on the Montreal Comedy Festival.
And Matty Welsh has come in to finally, because it's our final week, tell us the truth about Thorpe, Brooke Hanson, and how Grant Hackett is a bit soft with that collapsed lung. That's what you came in for, wasn't it, Matty?
Yeah, absolutely. And all of those subjects will be discussed just after 9.
Okay.
They'll be brought up again on Australia's favourite game, Find the Glass House.
There you go.
We don't know what time slots it's in at the moment, but when we find it, we love it.
Oh, 10:15, I think, this week.
There you go.
As opposed to 9:45, where it's been the last couple of weeks.
Give or take half an hour. Now, plans for you, World Championships, Commonwealth Games. Are you pumped about Melbourne 2006?
Absolutely. I really said, like, when Sydney finished, or when Sydney was sort of over and I did my races, the first interview I got, the first person asked me, "Oh, you're really looking forward to Athens?" And I thought, "Oh, come on, give me a break. It's 4 years away," but it has happened so quickly. And now I know that the Beijing's going to be just around the corner, and I sort of thought, oh, gee, it's a long way away, but Sunbright Spark got the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne, so I thought I may as well hang around for that. And
then just down the road for you.
Well,
exactly. They are,
literally. You can get up at
6:32.
6:32, I'll make it to the call easy.
Still make your heat.
Yeah, so I might even get a sleep in. So that's fine. And then we've got World Champs in 2007, so it's another year of getting up. And now, I figure I may as well stick around.
With the Commonwealth Games, because at the Olympics, it's fair to say, you didn't go quite as well as you would have hoped, I would have thought, at the Olympics. Is that right?
Well, I gave absolutely everything I had to give. Just unfortunately, I didn't have much to give. So,
of all those people who beat you, any of them in the Commonwealth?
I hope so. I've actually...
any of the people who came in front of you at the Olympic Games Commonwealth countries? Because if they're not...
You're laughing.
You're home and hose. You're settled.
I don't know. I'll
Lots of Yanks.
on that one. I don't know.
No one from the Virgin Islands?
Yeah. 2 Yanks.
No one from the Cook Islands?
Well, they're gone. The Americans gone. Bang.
Orkney.
That's out of there.
We're looking good so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Any of the Russians and those sort of people, not in the Commonwealth.
You heard it here
come
first.
to think of it, it's going to be sweet.
As long as you weren't beaten by any Brits or Canadians,
Put your money on Matty Welsh. Put your money on Matty Welsh.
Absolutely.
Thanks for your time, Matt.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
10 to 9 on the Jays. Here is De La Soul and the Grind Date. After that, our first Guns N' Roses track for the week.
You know what I mean? I love life, man. You know what I mean? Life is beautiful. It's just the in it that it's rough, but it's fair. People gotta go out there and bust they ass for a job. My dad got 5 kids, man, and he hates driving the bus, but he loves 5 kids. You feel me?
I'm a rhyme artist. Out here trying to grind my hardest. Up early so to milk the cow. Keep my John Deere out here plowing the fields to keep my John Hancock's worth up in the now. Went from hanging on blocks to hanging on the chart positions as part of my mission to hanging on top. Gotta get your poly cracker on with them crackers and them shiesty ass if you like it or not. I've been rewired to work more efficiently in the dirt. I'm hands-on with it, all up in my cuticles. Some try to get off the farm, but fell into harm by getting in the game of them street pharmaceuticals. But I was raised in the blue-collar themes, having white-collar dreams, cause I see what it means to know the meek shall inherit the earth. But don't forget, the poor are the ones who inherit the debt. You can bet I got better things to do than that. I was a who got jerked by Tom and his boys. Came on my land, seized my cattle and catalog as if it wouldn't leave me less than coy. But I'm far from bitter, even further from quitting. Got a grind date to make, no time for sitting and playing Xbox. Stand up and exercise my rights as a scenes with Bob Nestor's eyes. It's the grind. I'm sick of asking though. I mean, the street philosophy is that I'ma milk the cow and cook the meat. The grind gate. At least I have some kind of food and drink. Because sometimes you can't come back. Like Mama said, if you need 5 cents, don't ask for 3, ask for 10. That's what's up.
Rhyme artist, I ain't here for that. I was born with the boom bap, respect the name. My hands-on experience was hands on my first contract. Taught me quick how to respect the game. Introduced to the block, got used to the block. But your neighbors be the ones that throw on your lawn. It's like every single time we pop, they got annoyed, but we got ahead and we got along. Putting work on them calendars, worse on them calendars. Were the hump days that broke the camel's back. The grind to make today look great and paint a tainted picture of tomorrow's in enamel black. Meat grind, street grind, son, whatever the beats. I'ma take it at the horns to the pinky toe corns and show you why we here this long. When it comes to putting in work, once again it's on.
I'm just like everybody else, man. Average with above average potential. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm a gentleman. I'm saying that I know how to act like a gentleman.
The grind day.
In order to get the things that I need, and if I gotta come out my bag, I'ma do that. This ain't no accident, man. We stand here. You're damn right I'm proud of myself, man, and I'm proud of my team, man. I don't want you to get the wrong... Yo, baby, on the real, I don't have sex with people that I do business with neither, and that's the real. But I do business with people that I have sex with. So if there ain't no conflict, let's get this grind on, because I'm a... That's word.
Oh, that is word. De La Soul on Triple J, where it is 6 minutes to 9. Raisa's on the line. How you going, Raisa?
I'm good, Adam. Very sad, though, that it is the last week of you guys.
That's very sweet. Thank you. Now, why have you rung us?
Because I really wanted to hear what I've heard is Axl's love song that he wrote for Will.
Really?
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
What's the song?
You Could Be Mine.
What do you base this being a love song on?
That beautiful, endearing, heartfelt line. With your bitch slap rapping and your cocaine tongue, you get nothing done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Put that on Will's tombstone.
Well, that's true.
Translated.
I have dedicated my life to bitch slap rapping and cocaine tongues.
Put that on your business card. Here it is, the Gunners. Thank you very much, Raisa.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, as is always the tradition on this show, the last week we'll be playing a Gunners song each day.
Every day.
Request run on the guest book, triplej.net.au, but especially if you can personalise the request. Like Raisa did. Make it out to Adam or Will. Why is it significant in your life? What's going on? We have revealed on the show today our final show this Friday from Manning Bar at the University of Sydney, 6 till 9. Can't confirm if the Gunners will be live.
Can't confirm.
We do have friends of Rom playing.
Yep.
Maybe they could
they'll do a Guns N' Roses song.
Who knows?
And tomorrow on the show, I am going to tell about my time on Home and Away.
Whoa!
That's right. On Friday, I was on Home and Away. I'll tell you all
One of the 10
about it
things
tomorrow.
you've got to get done, you've done it.
Off my list. Home
Here's
and Away.
The Gunners on
More
Joe.
news tomorrow.
5 to 9.
Triple J News. Hi, I'm Sarah Everingham. The Prime Minister has rejected calls for a Senate inquiry into bribery allegations against the Nationals leader, John Anderson.
The idea of a Senate inquiry into something like this is a classic example of how the Labor Party and the minor parties have learnt nothing. It would be a complete abuse of the processes of the Senate.
John Howard there. Mr Anderson has denied claims he used a middleman to try to bribe the independent MP Tony Windsor to quit his seat before the election. South Australian police say schoolie celebrations at Victor Harbour have been relatively quiet this year, but say there's been an apparent increase in the use of drugs. Thousands of teenagers left the South Coast town yesterday, and police say only a few arrests for minor offences were made last night. But Acting Superintendent Graham Luff says he is concerned by the case of a 20-year-old man who overdosed on red Mitsubishi tablets.
It's normally very, very isolated and confined just to 2 or 3, but we believe it's a bit more widespread this year.
English Premier League player Dwight Yorke has been the subject of further racist controversy in soccer. He says he received monkey taunts during Birmingham's 3-3 draw with his former club Blackburn. The latest allegation comes just 4 days after England players were abused in an international game against Spain. The outgoing US Secretary of State, Colin Powell, will meet with Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon in Jerusalem today to try to restart the stalled Middle East peace process. Mark Willesee has the details.
The US Secretary of State wants Israel to pull its troops back so that the Palestinians can hold presidential elections to replace the late Yasser Arafat. Israeli government sources say Prime Minister Ariel Sharon is likely to agree on a partial pullback, as well as the removal of some roadblocks and the easing of travel restrictions on Palestinians. After meeting Mr Sharon in Jerusalem, Colin Powell is scheduled to hold talks with the Palestinian leadership in Jericho about restarting the stalled peace process.
The United Nations Security Council is touring Central Africa to see how the cycle of wars and massacres of civilians there can be tackled. Over the past decade, at least 4.5 million civilians in the area, known as the Great Lakes region, have either been deliberately killed in ethnic and political fighting or have died from hunger and disease as a result of conflict. Security Council spokesman John Victor Nkolo.
I think that the Security Council has got a new and stronger determination to actually go to the field and to see what they can do.
And a former Australian Democrats leader, Junee Haynes, has died in Adelaide, aged 59. The founder of the Democrats, John Chipp, says Miss Haynes will not be forgotten. Miss Haynes died at the weekend after a long illness. That's all the news for now. Across Australia, you're listening to Triple J.
Triple J. Can I say that? Yeah.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It happened.
G'day. Oh, wow, that's really loud.
Oh, God, that's dodgy.
Turn down my headphones.
Sounds great.
That'll be Triple J.
Brothers and sisters, do not attempt to adjust your radio dial. You should be wide awake now, so quit your yawning. Get yourself ready for Mel in the morning.
What do you want with that bitch when you got all the pussy you can handle right here?
We make our land